little. We stand for justice. We stand for justice over religion. For little. We stand for justice. We are religiously liberated. We are religiously liberated. Àwí kọ̀ọ̀kan lójú ọlọ́rọ̀, àtẹ̀kàkà létí ọlọ́rọ̀ kò gbọ́. Tọ́lọ́rọ̀ bá gbọ́, kí ni bàbá ọlọ́rọ̀ wá fẹ́ ṣe? Lórí òtítọ́ ládùúró, lórí òtítọ́ ládùúró lẹ́lẹ́. Màá jálè tó. We stand for truth and justice. We are liberated religiously. Tàbá ṣe bẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà, ẹni máa yọ ayọ̀, ẹni máa yọ jálè tó. Làákàyè rẹ̀ kò máa ní dọ̀gba wọn. Tìmí Daniel. Ogun ayé kò ní borí rẹ̀ o. Ọmọ ní tẹnu kó bí ọwọ́. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ mú. Rọ́tìmí Daniel. Ayé kò ní rí ẹ pa. Nítorí òtítọ́ ló gbé dání. Bá ṣe bọ́mọ náà èdìdì o, èdìdì o. Ògo tó ń lọ èdìdì o. Rọ́tìmí Daniel èdìdì kò lè rẹ́ èdìdì o. You speak truth, love and humanity over religion. Láàrin àwùjọ, Tìmí Daniel, ọlọ́run fẹ́, ọmọ ọlọ́run ọba ògo. You are an antidote for corruption. You speak the truth, you speak the fact. You tackle corruptions. You break the table. You break protocols. You break shackles. Fàájà Rọ́tìmí fàájà. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, ètò ní fàájà o. Lẹ́kùnlé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún tọkọ pé Tìmí Daniel is here for unity. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice. We are religiously liberated. Rọ́tìmí Daniel ló ṣiṣẹ́ ọpọlọ. Ẹ máa bá wa ká lọ. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice. We stand for justice over religion. Fàájà lẹ́tọ̀, we stand for justice. We are religiously liberated. We are religiously liberated. Daniel ló ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ka ọ̀kadà.
All right.
Àwí kọ̀ọ̀kan lójú ọlọ́rọ̀.
Gbà.
Àtẹ̀kàkà létí ọlọ́rọ̀ kò gbọ́. Tọ́lọ́rọ̀ bá gbọ́, kí ni bàbá ọlọ́rọ̀ wá fẹ́ ṣe?
Lórí òtítọ́
We stand for truth and justice. We are liberated religiously. Tàbá ṣe bẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà, ẹni máa yó wáyó, ẹni máa jáde tó jáde àmì ìtọ́lọ́ gbẹgbẹ́ àmì.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever this live video is going to be reaching you. Number one, I promised that tomorrow, Friday, whatever I am going to be doing, the first thing that will be taken care of is to give opportunities to people to, advertise to whatever they are doing. Yeah. Then, by God's grace, I'm going to be opening up some voice notes. Okay? But before I proceed, please, if you happen to know Archbishop Stephen Ogedengbe, please, although I might put up a video to get his attention, if you happen to know Archbishop Stephen Ogedengbe, do not hesitate to let him know that I have been trying to get in touch with him, that it is very, very important. That being said, some of you in 2018, late 2018, 2019, when this movement started, it is not a blogging page, it is not fracas. Thank you so much, Baba mi dada. Aji Ataiwo, thank you so much. Aboja, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gift. Abudin Tolokun, Abudin Tolosawo, Yoni Konsaliapo, thank you. Aji Ataiwo, thank you. When this movement started, it was a high level of misconception because it was something that nobody expected in the history of Nigeria and since the inception of religion. Don't call me now. Facebook family, thanks for joining. YouTube family, thank you so much. TikTok family, thank you. Instagram, thank you. Now, when this movement started, because it was the first time somebody would stand up and actually call a spade, I had an understanding that yes, the kind of reaction that I was getting, was highly expected from, oh, you are an antichrist that is sent from pit of hell to come and bring down the body of Christ, blah blah. And as at 2018, Nigeria was still enjoying. We were yet to witness a level of bloodshed like we are witnessing today. Now, the reactions were coming directly from the altars, directly from those who were in full allegiance to GOs, to bishops, to different pastors. And for what it's worth, anybody who was on my Facebook then, the one they blocked, the one before the last, because they have blocked my 2 pages already. Meaning that if I were to be on social media primarily for money, that means they will have blocked my source of income. But to date, when some of my friends come say, Timmy, are you monetizing your... I said, I don't even know about it. I remember your auntie, what is her name? Your one and only Auntie Ramota Bikafaya, or what is her name? I remember the day she called me. Said, how do you people make money on this TikTok? I said, money. I don't even know about it. And for what it was, Canada is not even monetized. So I am not doing it for money. It baffled me, because if I carry something like this, why should it be because of money? And I remember telling us that if you have 1,000 reasons not to listen to me, I will give you 2 reasons, irrespective of how deep you are into religion. Listen to me for these 2 reasons. Number 1, when you bring an innovation to any Nigerian, irrespective of their location, the first thing an average Nigerian will consider will be his or her gains. Financial gains, first and foremost. If it is not bringing in money, an average Nigerian is not interested. Because when you look at some of your online bloggers or content creators, when they have followers and they are giving money, they go everywhere they are sent, irrespective of how dumb such assignment is. So, for example, if I were to be spending money and giving people money instead of the little I do, that, okay, privately, you need money, you came for help. And the reason why I am putting some things on hold now is because people are now using it, people are now using it as an avenue to be milking me, thinking that for this boy to have done for A, it means he has billions or millions in his account. And it's a very big level of disappointment. So I said, when it comes to money, for the fact that I can come out boldly and, be talking to these men that you see have gods in their various covens, I am not looking for money, I'm not looking for followers. And I'm happy that so many pastors have confirmed it, that I don't have followers, which is a beautiful thing. That àwọn ló ń yinra wọn níbọn lẹ́sẹ̀. It is a beautiful thing. And I look at the pages of so many of them. If they don't have 123.5 followers, it will be 217.8 followers. Where that point is coming from, they themselves are that decimal, because they are not up to 1. So, primarily for the fact that you have confirmed that I am not doing it for money, please listen to my submissions. Number 2, has it gotten to a stage before where I ever thought that I could be killed because of this assignment? Was I afraid? Have I been threatened? Oh, if the answer is yes, and I have once told my mom in Ibadan that, those days when she was afraid, she was, hey, Rotimi, my pami, I said, and at that time, thank God she was still calling Jesus then. I said, Ibadan, number 1, if you are not a hypocrite, you are a Christian. She said yes. You still read your Bible and pray in Jesus' name. She said yes. And you love Jesus very well. Said yes. Why do you love Jesus? Said ibo wa láti wá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí, torí wọ́n ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ti dé báyìí. Ẹ dá mi lóhùn, ẹ jẹ́ a jọ sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìyá sọmọ. And I told my man, I said, do you know that this Jesus, as written in the book, the fictional book you read, that he died at the age of 33? He said yes. How old am I? Mo ti ju Jésù lọ. If Jesus died at the age of 33 and you are still mentioning his name because they wrote that he did this, he did that, even though there are no confirmations, he tell me ṣe confirmation wà ńbẹ̀. pé mo kojú àwọn kan báyìí, wọn ò ní máa sọ lọ́la pé ọmọ kan jáde tó kojú àwọn bàbá báyìí tó ṣe báyìí tó ṣe báyìí. Evidence that evidence wà lẹ̀. I say, so if Jesus did that in the book and he is still being referenced till date, please, tásìkò bá ti tó, ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ sinmi. Number one. And number two, àwọn ọmọ tó kù aṣọ ọmọ fún yín, because Ọlọ́run ò lé kankan bá ẹnì kankan nínú wa. Àwa gbogbo wa là ń bọ́ yín tínú yín dẹ̀ dùn. So ẹ má bẹ̀rù rárá, ìjọ́ tí kú bá dé, let me go ahead. So if I had that mindset, you should know that this is a movement. It is not where to come and waste your time. And unfortunately till date, if so many people can come up today to say that they are also speaking up, then somebody must have made them to realize that there is no God being presented anywhere that will kill anybody for speaking the truth. And I appreciate Eledumare that when that mindset, when that dropped on my mind, you could there, I didn't run back. Because if I had run back, they would have come out boldly to say that Ọlọ́run àwọn pa wí koko lẹ́nu mọ́. What have they not done to shut me up? Wọ́n ti lo obìnrin, wọ́n ti lo owó, wọ́n ti threaten life for me. The threats are still going on. Don't come to Nigeria. If they born you well, come to Nigeria. Ilé baba ọmọ tí ìbọn ọmọ lẹ́rù. I just came back again. So what am I trying to say? If for not any other reasons apart from these two, whatever I post, I can give you some names here. Anytime I'm speaking or with them, with any of them on the phone, and I say, I want to be one, they understand. At that time, there is nothing they are telling me that will enter my head. I just carry my phone, I record, I post. And I always get confirmation for whatever I post. Okay? And finally, why is it that this assignment is very, very, very important to me? Because some of you will say, what are you trying to gain from all of these problems, as you will call it? I will tell you today. You see this Nigeria. When you go back on YouTube and you type in Funmi Adams songs, every 1st of October, there is this wonderful song they used to sing then. They don't use it again. Nigeria, my beloved country, working together is the key. Nigeria, my beloved country, our future is you and me. And there was no time those years that they would sing that song on every October 1st, that you will not be proud of being a Nigerian. There was no time you listen to those songs then, that you see your mates, different school marching at the stadium to show their strength and their support and their love for that wonderful nation. That I still say it today, that even though it is 100% sure that going our separate ways is what can stop these unnecessary killings. But I will tell you, for a nation as Nigeria, with very good leaders who are not killers, who are not bloodsuckers, who wouldn't lead us to the topic we are treating today, which is the collaboration between European Union and EFCC to be able to fight corruption. It is a slap on our faces. With such a nation, with good leaders, I will tell you that our diverse in cultural differences and traditional whatever should have been sources of strength to us in Nigeria. I know what I'm talking about. That the Igbos will be using their expertise with the way they call RL. If they want to call Rotimi, it is Lotimi. Because I have Igbo cousins, like I always say. My grandmom was from Anambra State, from the lineage of former, what is his name? Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. So at the end of the day, having an experience in the East, having been there several times, I know what I'm talking about. That if you go to the North in those days, despite Bashiga that they write on their doorpost, despite the fact that any boy that is as old as 18 years will never set eyes on his own mother again. It was a first-class experience that I had in Bauchi State. After Gombe, going to Yankari National Park, going all the way to Maduguri. Gbogbo benye ni mo de. Now, I had these neighbors in front of our house then. Bello Kalel Housing Estate, just before Zaranda Hotel, when you are coming into Bauchi from Jos. The boy and the two sisters, very beautiful family. Very beautiful family. The father handsome, the picture of their mother I saw when she was younger. So the boy was telling, no, they invited me. So the day I was to go to their house, they said that I should wait because their mother was supposed to be in a room before I would be able to come in. So I started asking in the 90s, said, okay, why? The boy was now telling me that even he himself, according to their tradition, will not be able to set eyes on the mother again. It is their tradition. So that is why on every doorpost, okay, in the north, then they will write Bashiga, do not enter. So after they did that, I went in, I ate with them, drank cocoa with them. They were happy that a Yoruba person could eat their food. Something shinkafa. You know, we ate with their lubu soup. We ate in the same plate. So what am I talking about? Then you now come to the south with everything going on there, with good leaders. If you fly during the days of Chachangi Airline, Bellevue Airline, Sosoliso, I was flying back and forth, Lagos to all the states in Nigeria, working with my cousin Uncle Sam's Ice Cream. I remember I was keeping all the tickets then. Maybe there would be raffle draw. My friends in UI, the likes of Adeola Odedino, Leye Slim, Olu Mide, Akitokun, Olu Orogbo, we were always at the theater hut. He said, you this boy, you don't expose past all of us. This is how I will carry my tickets. Flight tickets during holidays, even during the week. When you are flying from Lagos to Port Harcourt then, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti ní experience ẹja mi tí n bá parọ́, you will see thousands of hectares of oil palm trees. Tell me what a nation requires to be leading in this world, current world that we have today, that Nigeria doesn't have, except good leaders. So what am I saying? When you combine and now come back all the way to Southwest, all the way to Southwest, you will see that with good leaders, with wisdom and with good heart, being a politician in Nigeria is the easiest job on this planet Earth. Quote me anywhere. Because Nigerians, I can't even describe us. But today, we are standing at the crossroad that the only option that we are left with is to go our separate ways. Because If you are looking at me today and you are not psychologically impacted already by the level of bloodshed, you are no longer a human being. That as of today, in Kwara State, the same state that they claim that Sunday Igboho just went to, they still kidnapped Olonyu and some other people there today, as I have seen on social media. Where am I going today? Like I said, please, anybody who knows Archbishop Stephen Ogedengbe, help me tell him that as a younger brother to him, it is important that he reaches out to me. And I should please check his WhatsApp message. Thank you so much. I saw the day before yesterday that European Union is affirming their collaboration with EFCC in order to be able to tackle corruption. If you're writing any thesis in any school and you are asked to write on a topic, see finish, pick this topic that we're discussing today. European Union collaborating with EFCC to combat corruption in Nigeria. The first thing I will say about this is, olè lòun fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣọ́ ilé, ó lọ sùn, ó bora, ó dijú méjèèjì. For us to understand what I'm saying today as Nigerians, irrespective of your location, if you're coming in, please help us share, help us power tap, so that they don't flag us, because I will say it the way it is. If they want to buy me, and that's why I'm speaking English, because I leja nita baba mi o debi by, and I as a person, I would rather want to die as a brave man than living like a non-entity that they have turned all of us to in Nigeria. What did I say? If they want to use whatever means to unalive anybody, calling a spade, because this madness must stop. If it is not going to stop, they should be ready to kill so many people, because we will not keep quiet. That European Union will have the shamelessness to say they are collaborating with EFCC in fighting corruption. Let's take these two entities one at a time, one after the other, so that you will understand what I am trying to say. Let's start with European Union. I said it before, I'm repeating today, that any world government, irrespective of that nation, in any of the continents on this planet Earth, any continent that fails to realize that for there to be peace, just like the song of Michael Jackson, Heal the World, make a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. For that song to be meaningful in our current day, every continent of the world must first and foremost accept and recognize and effect the primary place of African continent. Failure to do so will mean more and more problems. I am telling you the truth. And why am I saying so? Africa is the mother earth. This is where, with good and intentional positive collaboration, Africa is supposed to be feeding the world without issues, without friction. But for them to always want to control us, what means have they not used? European Union is not standing up against Bill Gates to stop what he's doing, but they want to collaborate with EFCC to stop corruption. It shows a high level of uselessness of our leaders today. Now, they are trying to turn things around to make sure that the primary position, the primary place of Africa is not recognized, so that we can always be subdued. What about the issue of HIV that is ravaging them in Africa again today? What about the things that are happening currently in Congo? Try what they have done to us in any of their whole nation, whether that nation will remain one person. But yet, naturally, miraculously, we keep going above every now and then. So if you're there, you're saying maybe God doesn't exist, I might share your mindset, I might share your sentiments, I might share your pain, I might share your tears. But for this one fact, that despite everything being done to us in Africa, how we keep coming above everything they have thrown at us, it's only God that can explain. Now, they called us third world countries. They successfully and wickedly don't even see us as human beings. They have failed to even let us know who the second world nations are. But probably for there to be good gap between them and us in Africa, they call us third world nations. And they didn't stop there. They went ahead to call us to our faces that we are from poor countries. We are appreciating God for that definition. It's a beautiful thing they are calling us poor countries. But if European Union is shameful, if they have any iota of shame, they should be asking their leaders, both past and present, should cover their faces in big shame. That these countries we claim are poor, we have never stopped depending on them for resources. And for what it's worth, we don't even use the right means to get their resources. We get the resources like scavengers, like idiots, like wicked souls. Yet these people are surviving. What more are we going to do to them to realize that there is a superpower behind them? Now, the policies as at 1977, Ghana and Nigeria were successfully lending money to them in Europe. Some of you that are still carrying religions that they brought to us, maybe today some of you will be liberated. Unless if your IQs and your brains have been totally damaged to such an extent that you cannot be repaired again. Some of you have never asked, most especially in the southwest, why in those days our parents will say pon kan, pon meji, pon meta. Do you know why? Because Naira was not competing with US dollars. Naira was successfully competing with British pounds. And those were the days that our primary occupation was farming, agricultural purposes, as well established by the likes of Baba Awolowo. That is why you can still see all of those structures in Ibadan today and in some parts of the southwest. What do they call it now? What's the name of that? Like this cocoa house, for example. Agricultural practices. Our people believed in hard work, because as we are putting blame on somebody, we should be looking inwardly too. Then all of a sudden, religious business was established. They saw a very good way to tie us mentally. Then our people started looking for miracles. They started looking for heaven. They started avoiding hell. That nobody to date in the history of religion has not been able to provide. Not one person has been able to provide the GPS to locate that hell and hellfire or heaven. But that is what is tying us down today, that we can no longer think outside the boxes, that the likes of, I don't even want to mention their names today because it's irritating to me. Now, European Union, in a way, they started effecting some policies that now start directing powers to them. And like I said, their own matter is like the ringworm, presuming that it is killing the dog, not knowing that it is killing itself. I will explain at the end of this live video. Because Africa will always be Africa. There is no economist, there is no professor on planet Earth that can explain the sustainability power of our resources in Africa. The way they are expending them, the more we are discovering. Yet, it is not showing on the faces of Africans. So some of you that will be saying, okay, what do you stand to gain by exposing this, by saying this, by that? It is because I believe in a better Nigeria. It is because I believe in a very powerful and liberated Africa. Unfortunately, you people fail to realize that if that will happen, then we must start from attacking religion. Has that been proved right or not based on what is happening in Burkina Faso? That Saudi Arabia could go and invest millions of dollars in the US, in Western world, but they are coming to establish mosque in Burkina Faso, and the president said no. It is so serious that some of their people, their children who have gone abroad to study, then they diverted to studying Sharia law. They said they dare not come back to their country. How long more will it take for other African leaders who did this to us? Now, European Union, what are the things they have done despite calling us poor nations? They have made policies whereby they told us infrastructures, establishing or building infrastructures is possible. But you need money. So how did they do it that we that were lending them money, we started borrowing to the tunes of trillions of naira by a non-entity whose certifications cannot even be found? Nigeria, who did this to us? Now, I explained before, we did a bit of economics before some of us went into our various departments. We did elementary economics, law of supply and demand, or demand and supply. We did some things in banking sector. And Nigerians, even layman on the street, knows that if a bank is going to lend you money, they have a particular structure within the banking sector that will come and do what they call feasibility studies. That, okay, this business, if you give you 1 million naira, the 1 million naira within so time after establishing you, the money will come back and with interest. Failure to be able to return that 1 million if the business fails, it falls on you. Banking sector will have accepted a collateral so that when that business fails and you cannot refund that money, you cannot return that money at the speculated time, they have what to sell to collect their money back and return whatever is remaining to you. Am I making sense? Nigerians, you are behind our togetherness to fall when you support elections, when you support a particular party whose leader says whatever it takes, they must give. Grab it, run with it, fight for it, and run away with it. That is the sentence from your president in Nigeria. I have the video if you want me to play it. Now, where am I getting to? Nigerians are now asking, what is the current Nigerian government offering World Bank, IMF, and wherever they are borrowing money from? What collateral are they giving up to collect this money that they are stealing in twos of trillions? Nigerians are now asking. I said something in one of my videos how many days ago. I said today we are still able to open our TikTok and say we are dancing. Jagun jagun loluwa. Muhammadu lẹ́ni tọrọ royal, and a lot of host of Ìṣẹ̀ṣe people are still able to say àwọn làgbà. What a highly shameless country. Whether these people are being paid to distract Nigerians from what is about to bury all of us alive, both home and abroad. You may be abroad and be thinking, what Rotimi is saying is the truth, but I will tell you that I am telling you the truth. Because so many of you don't understand that ibi ikan tutu ni kì í ṣe bí ìsinmi wá. By the riverside Babylon, da 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 da. Yeah, not your name. Da 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 da. When we remember Zion, and then we carry away captivities. How can we sing the Lord's song? They were singing the Lord's song in a strange land. Orin tó yẹ ká máa kọ sáwọn ọmọ wa létí lẹ́ni ṣóun là ń kọ sí wọn létí ní àjò tá a wà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa bọ́rọ̀ mi bọ̀. So what exactly is Tinubu's government offering the people, the organizations from where they keep borrowing money from without anything to show for that money? They say that a house that is at peace, the bastard in that house is yet to grow. Unfortunately, we have been feeding, we have been supporting, we have been doing everything to make sure that that bastard grows up to such an extent that he has now become a president on a host of millions of professors who, because of their lack of conscience, most especially in the judiciary, they have led Nigeria to a point of no return, because I don't see any way out. All the sons in Nigeria, all of you must now be ashamed of yourself, because even from you people, you have told us that our education is useless. If a man as Tinubu can muzzle every one of you, that none of you can call a spade again. Iye èèyàn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pa ẹ pa wọ́n. Iye èèyàn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jù sẹ́wọ̀n ẹ jù wọ́n sẹ́wọ̀n. Gbénga Adéwùsì kọrin tán nígbà yí ẹ̀. Commissioner, minister, administrator, governor, president, chief justice, ẹ̀yin oppressors, adánilóró, tẹ́ mú Nàìjíríà lé koko mọ́ wa. Adájọ́ ayé ẹ ti gbàgbé adákẹ́dájọ́ lóde ọ̀run, tẹ́ ẹ bá jù wá lọ ẹ ò jọ lọ́run. Is it that all of you are thinking that you will not die too? All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. INEC, EFCC that we are talking about today, DSS, Nigeria Police, Nigerian Army. If all of you are this corrupt, and there is nothing good to write home about, that in current day Nigeria, non-uniformed men could put on our road custom vehicle to be milking people, then how shameless have you all turned to? Look at our police officers on the road. Now, at the end of the day, European Union has come, said they want to collaborate. Let me remind European Union of something. If their hands are clean, because as at today, European Union is a wicked body all over the world. African Union is even very useless. They are not non-existent. I don't want to even mention them. But European Union, how can European Union shamelessly stand up to say that they want to collaborate with our EFCC to fight corruption, when the same countries that you have defined as being poor, you allow our leaders to bring in stolen money in tens of billions of dollars? They bring it into your countries. How shameless and wicked can you be, European Union? If you think that everybody will be afraid of you, some of us are not living for anything. We are living on daily basis. But we are ready to die for something. I will tell you people, I saw on a blog, Miriam Abacha said something. So when all of you are on different pages, on different profiles, where they do comedy skits, where our ladies are being paraded as non-entities that they are, knowing fully well that it is because they don't want to just use their lives for something meaningful, that a dropout, a guy that is a dropout, will approach a lady that is a graduate and say that they can do a comedy skit. But how do you approach them that they agree? And you people that are looking at me today, you are always on such pages. Even when Nigeria is drowning at a very high speed, go on those pages. Mama Ra comment me, Mama like at love you see. And we are blaming the government every day that things are this and that. All of us should be ashamed of ourselves. Obìnrin a máa wá wẹ̀ ní bathroom, wọ́n máa ṣọ́ ọyàn, wọ́n máa ṣọ́ ìdí, a máa láǹṣe comedy skit. Ṣé àwo comedy rí nígbà ayé àwọn bàbá Sàlá Adẹ́rùpọ̀kọ̀ à ń kò ní? Ṣé àwo comedy rí ni? What am I even saying about social media? That even right in churches, places where messages of sanity were always coming from when we were younger, they have become places that when you say you're even going to church, there are sometimes you have to be on fasting because of what our ladies are being encouraged to come to church with. Àmọ́ àwa wà ń bẹ̀, wọ́n ní 500,000 followers, wọ́n ní 1 million followers. What are they preaching? Nudity and immodesty, exposing our ladies because of weaponized poverty. Torí owó tán máa fáwọn yẹn náà. And these ladies are now asking themselves, the people that are making comment on our uselessness on social media, you are beautiful, I love you, why are you still single? If truly these men appreciate you for being a lunatic that you are. Now, what am I saying? Our leaders, when they borrow the money, look at how many news that came out about how many days ago or how many weeks ago that fake agencies are within Abuja, and 210 trillion will be missing. This one will be missing. Former INEC chairman and everything. Those news are just coming, and Nigerians are not thinking. Now, I saw on this blog, Abacha's wife, the same Abacha that died in 1998, She said something, and I quote, that even if government continues to recover, that their family can never be poor as Dangote. What does that tell you and I? That a military president will have stolen so much, and Switzerland, that all of us want to run to today, without resources, but allowing stolen funds to come into them. How much have the Switzerland returned to Nigeria that are stolen funds of past presidents in Africa? I'm asking. And the same European Union is now coming to help us fight corruption on our soil. What does that tell you? They keep returning. They said they have returned this. Why is it that all the money is not returned? I'm asking. The same European Union know how they fund a lot of technological advancements in their own nations. Some of you in Canada, currently, we have bugs, or what we call mosquitoes, in Africa. They are as big as what we call Eshishiode in Nigeria. How many of you know Eshishiode? I don't know why they call that housefly Eshishiode. But these mosquitoes, even if you sleep outside and they are all over you, the highest thing they will do is leave spots on your skin. They do not carry, they have been modified that they cannot transmit malaria disease. You know why? The modification is such that Plasmodium, that is the primary agent responsible for malaria, cannot survive in their salivary gulls. Is European Union planning to bring that innovation to Africa? Number one. Number two, whatever we discover in Africa has medications. Do they allow our governments to work on it such that it will be available unto us? Or we will have to keep depending on WHO, that is another good for nothing wicked organization, has been turned around by the likes of a Bill Gates. And Africans are happy. We're dancing every day of our lives on social media. Only Jesus náà ni àtọ́rin Muhammed àti ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ làgbà. Wọ́n ń wò wá láwò sunkún, à ń wòra wa láwò rẹ́rìn. They look at us, they weep for the impending danger that will drown us all, both home and abroad. But when we look at ourselves, we begin to smile as though everything is okay. That as at today, 2026, we still have offices for political tout, all in the name, tagged as NURTW, and we are not ashamed of ourselves. That our learned fathers will be going out in driving public transportation. The likes of MC Oluomo boys will be stopping them, and we have the government who is using these people for their own evil jobs, and all of us are there. We say rank adede for them. Everyone who has implemented all this madness in Nigeria, both past and present, anybody implementing and putting them in place, it will never be well with you. We raise up our hands, graduates behind non-entities. So, according to European Union, do they have the moral stand? Do they have the moral justification to even say they want to help fight corruption on our own land? When the policies even allow that if an African leader has successfully destroyed his or her nation, there are places for them abroad where we claim that they go on exile. Go on YouTube and see how many African leaders who were on exile before they died. How many European leaders have come to Africa before to hide after damaging their nation? How many? How many European leaders, how many Western leaders, Western world leaders have run to Africa before? Or how many of them are stealing so much that they have to bring them to Africa, the stolen funds to Africa? Let's begin to think outside the box. The last example I'll give because of time is this. So many of you who claim that you have bought houses abroad, you didn't buy a house. You have only indebted yourself in high, huge, whatever. It's mortgage. Because as I'm speaking with you today, if I look all around me, both home and abroad, and I'm able to raise even common as low as $15,000, I will become a house owner latest by next week. And the only thing that will make it to be next week is because of the documentations and lawyers, whatever. Because they are always there to lend you money, to buy houses, or to go buy mortgage. Now look at it this way. All of you abroad, because people back home will not understand. But bí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí, if you're on TikTok, if you want to come up and claim that I am lying, ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé yín sókè. If you are abroad, this part that I want to talk about European Union and Western world, please send request. Let me bring you up if I am lying. Now, listen to this. When you say you want to buy a house in Western world, there is what we call down payment. Okay? There is what we call down payment. What is down payment? If the house you want to buy is $500,000, they might say, depending on your location or your bargaining power or whatever, they might accept 5% down payment. In some places, they take 10%. Let's go 10% of 500,000. That is 50,000 if I am right. So 50 divided by 100 times 500,000. No, sorry. 10%, 0.1 times 500,000. So if you want to buy a property of 500,000 and they say 10% is your down payment, that 10% means you have to go and look for cash. That cash is what you are paying for them to offset your mortgage that you are collecting. So the mortgage that is remaining is going to be 450,000 because you have paid 50,000. That 450,000, they spread it for 20, 25, 30 years. But so many of you, when we were in secondary school, you didn't understand the concept of what we call a compound interest, which, if not because of time, I would have loved to teach us today. What did I say? Compound interest. Go and get a hand of it to understand. So that at the end of the 25 years, you are not paying 450,000. You will have paid up to $800,000, $900,000. That is if you finish paying before you buy. Now, how does this relate to European Union that is coming to fight corruption on our soil? If I am able to raise 30,000 and I have 20,000 to go, these good for nothing rogues who established the word embezzlement instead of stealing to polish that bad attitude, destiny damaging quality of our leaders, they call it embezzlement instead of stealing. They use the word looting. Àwọn àṣìírí abániláyé jẹ́. They leave some loopholes For you to come up with that down payment, what are the loopholes? You can get some money somewhere, illegal money or whatever, but for you to present to them that the money is clean, do you know what they allow? They say, okay, there is a place in the form you feel that, okay, I got 20,000 from friends and family as gifts. What did I say? The money is gift. Once you write it there, they don't bother. It's none of their business. Then when you sell a property in Nigeria and you have to bring in the money to add to your down payment here, you need a very good lawyer to make that happen. That truly you have sold the property back home and it is the money you are bringing to add to your down payment. So if they will go through this scrutiny, if they will go through this stress to make sure that common down payment of $50,000, that they confirm everything to letter. My question to European Union and Western world is this: why is it that African leaders are not questioned as to the billions of dollars they are bringing into your countries? Why are African leaders not questioned? How much is their salary? How much is Tinubu's salary? How much is the salary of Abacha that was able to steal so much and take to various European countries or Western world? There is only one reason why you don't do that. Because you are complicit in this decay going on in Africa, and the agreement that all of you have signed that never will African nations rise above waters. And all of you should be ashamed of yourselves for being inhuman, for damaging your own people as well. Because ilé ògbà ọ̀nà ògbà l'Elédùmarè máa fi ṣe fún yín. Why is it that African leaders are not questioned? That is number one. Number two, there is an alleged case against somebody like Tinubu, and it's been going on and off. Okay, US will do this, US will do that. Is US not also a toothless dog now? That the same US will go anywhere in the world to bring back Yahoo boys whose evidences of scamming have been established. I am saying all of these things so that our politicians who still have iota of conscience will stand up, will rise up and say, what this boy is true. We are damaging our future. What if our children we are sending abroad, if they are sent back to Nigeria tomorrow, what options do we have? Nigerian leaders think that they can be called Atakoro Wonuado. All of you Nigerian politicians, if you are Atakoro Wonuado, teba Wonuado, to sha won mo yin le wo ni. To the extent that European Union is so complicit that àti gbọ́ nípa olórí ìlú ní Africa rí tí mi gbọ́dọ̀ dárúkọ tọ́mọ ẹ̀ ya wèrè lórí street London. Ìjọ́ kejì tí ẹni yẹn dẹ̀ wọ London, wọ́n dẹ̀ erase kìíní yẹn kúrò nínú system wọn. Tá a gbọ́dọ̀ máa dárúkọ. Momento sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fún mi. Because if you are abroad, once your name is in that system, 50 years even after you cry, they can bring it out. That is how after 20, 30 years, cases cases can still be revisited and they can exonerate anyone who is in prison for years. Ọmọ olóṣèlú yín kan ya wèrè on the street of London. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé dé hospital ní hòhò, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ dédédédédé. Ìjọ́ kejì bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ débẹ̀. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ẹ yẹ ká tiẹ̀ lọ kí tó ẹ̀ ló ṣe wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ zero kò sí nǹkan kan mọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ n sọ̀rọ̀ jù. Now, US as a country that will go after Yahoo boys. What stops US from releasing everything they have on Tinubu? If that's their accusation, if the accusation is real, why would you say the president of Nigeria was involved in that kind of business when you do not have evidences? You all of you should be ashamed of yourselves. And Tinubu should sue all of you for defamation of character. And if your allegations are true, what exactly is Tinubu giving that is hindering the US from releasing the information to the populace? After all, we see when FBI arrest Yahoo boys in Africa. Aren't you all ashamed of yourselves? European Union and Western world. If you think everybody will be afraid of you, no, you are wrong. We are here to call a spade a spade. Iye èèyàn tẹ́ bá máa pa ẹ pa wọ́n. Let's go back to EFCC as the second entity. Since the inception of EFCC, how many Nigerians, in all truthfulness, how many Nigerians can say that gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n láwọn seize lọ́wọ́ àwọn olè àtọlọ́ṣà tó wà níjọba or outside or within or non-government and government individuals? How many of you can trace everything they have seized so far till this 2026? The only thing we see on papers is that they have seized 3 trillion. They have seized 200 and something billion. Yet, with all the money that European Union returns, has stolen funds of our political leaders. Why is it that we do not have a government that can make sure that this money is being used to pay our debts? Where are the houses? Who are taking over the houses? Who are stealing the money again when they are seized? Where is the money going? What pocket do they keep these things? That is the reason why it will not be well with all of you in government in Nigeria. That is why you will never have joy over anything that has to do with your children. For putting Nigeria, because it is not every night. If we have only one person, be it a baby, be it an adult, who does not deserve what we are going through in that nation, just one person. Because in the Bible, when there was dialogue between biblical God and Abraham, God said, I will destroy this nation. Abraham was begging. Biblical God, Elohim, El Jaramo, El Roi, how do you call his names again? I've forgotten all those things. Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Roi, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Jekuje, Jehovah Emukumu, Jehovah Kinika. Please don't destroy them. Then biblical God said, okay, I won't. If you have 80 people that are righteous. He said, so if I see 80 people, you will not destroy them. He said, yeah. Then Abraham went. You can imagine this Tom and Jerry story that they have used to damage us beyond reasonable doubt. And what happened? He started looking for 80 people. What instrument was Abraham going to use to measure righteousness in those days? Is it by their dressing? Is it by asking them whether man was sleeping with man, woman was sleeping with woman, or whatever? What instrument? Nobody is asking in our Christendom today. He just went. Then he came by and said, God, I didn't see 80. If I see 50, will you preserve their lives? Biblical God said yes. Then Abraham went again. He started looking for maybe men with earring, maybe men with this kind of hairstyle, maybe the ones with I don't know. He didn't see 50, he came back. Biblical God, Elroy, Jehovah, if I see 30, will you preserve them? Biblical God said yes. He went again till he got to 1. Even his own cousin, Lot, was not righteous. Does that not show you that biblical God is partial? Light up. Does that not tell you that biblical God was partial in that destruction? Wasn't it obvious? So now he said, call your cousin, Lot and the wife, let them come out. And says as they were coming out, Lot's wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. Who looked back to see that Lot's wife became a pillar of salt? Who looked back to see? Answer now. The summary on my live video now is that the collaboration of European Union and also EFCC to help us to fight corruption on our whole land. It is the syndrome of see finish. It is what they call see finish. And not only our politicians from presidency should be ashamed of everything they are doing for the past 3-4 months. Every Nigerian, both home and abroad, should not only be ashamed, but if they call us animals, anywhere we are on this planet Earth, we should actually be joyous that they are calling us animals, because animals are far better than us, even in their standard of living. How many of you remember that if Yoruba wants to abuse somebody, to dirun wọn ni orí ẹ̀ ṣe wá mọ́ bí ọ̀nà ẹ̀mọ́ báyìí? Even ẹ̀mọ́, bush rats, they have good or they have better engineers, construction engineers than Nigerians. Does that not tell you something? Bush rats, they make their pathway such that if there is danger, there is no stopping it. Is high speed into their holes. We should be weeping that our engineers are worse when it comes to what they construct. It is in Nigeria they construct road today, and in the next one month, the road is damaged again. Who did this to us? What is wrong with us as a people? How did we get here? It is a syndrome of see finish that the same body who masterminds how nation leaders from poor countries are stealing and bringing into their countries, they are the ones coming to fight corruption for us. Does that not tell you the kind of leader we have in Nigeria today? That we do not have instruments to check the lineage, to check the DNA of those that we fight for to be in offices. Little wonder they damage the school sector. Nígbà táwọn fúnra wọn ò lọ sílé ìwé. They do not know the importance. Ẹni tí ò nírú ẹnu ò lè mọ iye ẹni. They have not been to the 4 walls of schools in Nigeria to know what it takes to be a graduate in Nigeria. I can almost say that generation me ló enjoy the last set of quality education in Nigeria. After that, I don't know how many years, but go and look at our graduates today. We look at those videos. One was asking, a comedian was going around asking coppers, NYSC candidates, what is 6:15? 6:15. Graduates from Nigeria universities, colleges of education, they do not know. And people were there laughing, doing what we should be weeping for. We turn it to comedy. Where is the body that will thoroughly investigate the quality of our medical school graduates? Today you ask a medical school graduate, does okó léegun? Medical school graduate sọ pé yes, okó ní eegun. You must have taken real hard cock kó tó lérò pé eegun wà ní okó. It's a shameful thing. I am not kidding. It is what happened that the professor was telling us when we were in UI. Ewu ń bẹ lóko lóńgẹ́ gan fún rẹ̀ báyìí ewu ni. And I round up with this song so that people can contribute, because èmi nìkan ò lè sọ tán. It is depressing, it is saddening. Ìhà Olúọ̀run, ìjì yìí ó ti pọ̀ tó. Ogun nílé ogun lóko, ìnira yìí lè lálejò. Olúọ̀run jọ̀wọ́ wá táyé ṣe. How many of you remember that song? Olúọ̀run, ìjì yìí ó ti pọ̀ tó. Ogun nílé ogun lóko, ìnira yìí lè lálejò. Olúọ̀run jọ̀wọ́ wá táyé ṣe. Mọ́mí Fúnmi Àrágbá yóò gbẹ̀yìn. Ààyè bá wa táyé wa ṣe o. Ìwọ Ọlọ́run lókè Elédùmarè jọ̀wọ́ tètè bá wa ṣe o níbu ọrẹ. Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí náà kọ fún Nàìjíríà náà. Ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run àwọn musicians yìí, Ọlọ́run Bíbélì gbàdúrà, kò yẹ kí Nàìjíríà débi tó dé yìí. Ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní. Látọdún tí Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí dẹ̀ ti kọ́, ṣé Nàìjíríà ń ṣe rere àbò ń ṣorí burúkú sí i? Ẹ jẹ́ n ṣí floor fún yín. Anybody wants to add or subtract? The WhatsApp number to call is +234 80 92 90 6250. Anybody that wants to contribute, the WhatsApp is +234 80 92 90 6250.
Bluetooth mode.
We stand for justice. We stand for justice over religion. We stand for justice. We are religiously liberated.
Light up. Light up, Kabai. Báwo lọ̀dọ̀ yín?
À ń gbádùn sọ́wọ́ yìí o. Ó ń sọ lọ́dọ̀ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
Ọlọ́mọ nọ́mbà lè yín.
À Abelube o. Abelube.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ o, àti rí yí o.
Abelube o. Àfikọ́ lọ ń ṣàánú wa.
Ó lágbára jàre. Ó ní agbára. Ó lè ti fẹ́.
I know that it's really frustrating. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n jẹ́ káwọn tó ń pè yẹn.
No. Ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀.
I know it's very, very frustrating, you know, because it's like everything you try to do is being frustrated. You know, even if come and invest back home, come and do this, come on, people want to go back home and invest. People want to do this and do that, but the country is so Nigeria so corrupt.
Benny.
So corrupt to the bones that the bones are actually decaying. It's really bad. And when you try to let people see reasons, Bible let us continue.
Benny, let's continue to pray.
Sister only it is well. It's not well. Let's continue to pray for our leaders. Let's continue. Let's continue our thoughts together and let's fight this together as a team. As a one, it's of what pray ni. As one by one journey. But we didn't know that they were actually killing us gradually, bit by bit, breaking our bones. And then reaching their pockets.
Benny.
Me no deal.
Me rona àbáyọ kankan.
Me o deal.
Me rí.
The best thing tomorrow, in fact, ti bad gan. And you know what? As we are falling apart and not, you know, we are in a confused dilemma right now. They are just sitting down, constructing how they can divorce. They vow, they're gonna eat us up. Forget it. We have no weapon. We have nothing. We have not gathered our thoughts together. They have divided us so much. They have, I don't know, I can see you, you know, with the pain in your heart, you know, coming out to say all these things. Well, where's our youth? Where are they?
They are following content creators up and down. Then.
What's it bubble boy, Jay? What's bubble boy, Jay? Teba song koko si every our youth. Me tell you pé àgbàlagbà kan ní Nigeria pé mo need advice mo fẹ́ lọ bá àgbàlagbà. Mi lè lọ bá àgbàlagbà.
Kò sí Benny, you're right.
Because you know if you listen to them 1, 2, 3, you actually they are all fighting for one thing or they're not saying the truth. Koto de àgbàlagbà tó so to. Èmi ò mọ̀. No, I'm sorry to say. Me,
an African Christian, she must.
Me, honestly, I want that. I want but tó wà ńbẹ̀ tó dé yẹ kó wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ because wọ́n ti bá wọn jẹ, wọ́n ti bá wọn mu.
Wọ́n lè sòdodo mọ́.
Tó kò sí òtítọ́ tẹ̀lé akọ àwọn tá à ń pariwo akọ ń ké ni kò, you know. Wọ́n ti mú wọn mọ́lẹ̀ náà, wọ́n ti mú wọn náà. Wọ́n ti mú wọn, wọ́n rí wọn mú gan. Mi wá mọ̀ bóyá tá bá gbẹ́bọ o,
tá ṣe tutù.
Tá ṣe tutù.
Tá la fẹ́ gbẹ́bọ yẹn fún. Bóyá bí Ṣàngó ká bẹ́ ajá sógun. ká bẹ nǹkan tí Ṣàngó bá láìkì ká fún àbí.
Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn tó máa ń ṣe kíní ìgbà yẹn ọwọ́ wọn mọ̀ because who must come to equity must come with a clean hand.
Ibi tí mo ń lọ gangan nìyẹn, ṣé Ògún gidi wà Nàìjíríà lénìí? Ṣé Ṣàngó òótọ́ tó tán fòótọ́ bọ ṣó wà Nàìjíríà lénìí?
Ó wà.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà táṣọ wọn funfun tí ò lábàwọ́n lábẹ́ ṣó wà?
Ó wà. Wọn ò dẹ̀ kú. Ṣùgbọ́n who must come to equity must do what? So ṣe ti rí pé ibi tó yẹ pé a ta omi sílẹ̀ lásán láti fi ṣàdúrà. A máa da omi rẹpẹtẹ ayé màmá oríṣiríṣi kó tó lè rí èèyàn kan mú oríṣiríṣi àdúrà máa lọ because
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
brother mi it's bad táwa ní baddest.
ju bá tiẹ̀ ṣe rò lọ báyìí.
In fact mi fẹ́ rò máa ní addiction ni máa lọ rú paracetamol bí ìlò ní alẹ́ yìí máa lò láàárọ̀ la honestly. Bí ó ṣe wà unsettling to where we are in ilé. N fa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ò fẹ́ kí n máa sọ. Tí bá kàn pé kíní kan dá di bí àlọ́jọ́ ṣe wá kàn. Wọ́n kàn máa dákẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ mi. Can we talk about? Can we talk about this later? Later, yeah, 6 months, Mozu, you think it's really because they don't even want. Is there anybody you trust? Tell me one person you trust you can talk to. So they might say, okay, you trust, you hand over something like this to there, or they might jiju, or shock way, don't ma feel like you, but she gave for one and all my shiwa. Àwọn tó yẹ kí ó dìwà mú tó yẹ kó bó ṣe gather wa together religiously to empower us give us they came to wọ́n ti da gbogbo family rú so ẹ̀ tẹ̀ lè kẹ́tọ́ lè unite gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nìyẹn náà. Tẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ pásítọ̀ kan sí ẹ̀rí bí bíbí máa ṣe kún sọ́wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ òkú táwọn máa jó òkú táwọn máa ṣépè fún wọn máa ṣe ọmọ ọdún yìí gan ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n yín àti bàbá yín gbogbo wọn máa bá yín jà ń sìn pápápápá ẹ lọ wọ́n wẹ́yìn ṣe CMS wọ́n ń tẹ́tì ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọmọ àwọn yín àwọn Muslim.
Àti Benilin náà wọ́n tẹ́tì Benilin náà.
Báwọn fẹ́ pa lórí kíni ẹ̀yin jàpọ̀ lọ́hùn tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì rí. A dẹ̀ ń bèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín nísìnyí àti ẹ ti bèrè question méjì nsìn nínú kílẹ̀ sọ yẹn ta ló kọ́ pé kíní kan wẹ̀ ó di.
Ta ló wẹ̀yìn wípé ìyàwó Lọ́ọ̀tì di yọ̀.
Ọkọ rẹ ní kọ́ kí ni measurement pé àwọn wọ́n rí.
Ni wọ́n fẹ́ fi kí ni measurement tí Abraham fẹ́ fi mọ level of righteousness ẹni tó righteous ń gbà yẹn or not.
Wọ́n gbọ́ wọn ò ní sọ yẹn o wọn ò ní rẹ̀ ní dáhùn yẹn o. Táwọn máa wá sìn ẹ gbọ́ you cannot understand bó ṣe kọ́ síbẹ̀ pé answer tó máa fún yín ni pé you cannot understand the thing of the spirit. Ayé spirit máa bàjẹ́ níbi tó wá. Ayé spirit máa bàjẹ́ because ayé spirit yìí náà lọ fi ba ayé gbogbo Nàìjíríà jẹ́ báyìí sìn. So, you cannot understand. That's why sometimes now I don't engage with people again because I don't know where to start from. If you are in 2026, nígbà tí research ní gbogbo Western world wọ́n ṣe research lọ́gbàáyé wọ́n ṣe better. Àwa ń ṣe
à ń prepare àwọn ọmọ wa bọ́n ṣe máa padà sọ́run kí la mú wọn wá sáyé fún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kí la wá ṣe láyé wọ́n sọ fún wa pé the world is not my home.
I am just passing by.
Àwọn àtàbí sọ pé ilé wa ní world. Àwọn sọ pé ilé tiwa ni àwọn òkòjú. Ẹ̀yin tẹ̀lé sọ pé this world is not ẹ máa lọ sí your home wọn lọ.
Private jet ò ní jẹ́ kó lọ.
ó ṣàdùn ibi tí wọ́n de àwọn èèyàn wa mọ́ ó lágbára.
You are very, very serious.
Ìdè ọpọlọ ó ju physical chains lọ.
Yes. Poverty the low farm.
Weaponized poverty.
It's weaponized. They purposely did it. And then when we're, I get this offering, sir. Poverty, I won't call it poverty. Contentment in weapon, I'm baba wa. Kò ṣe pé kò sí. Me, there's a big power to yani, early 90s.
But conscience wà ń gbà yẹn gbogbo gbà yẹn ni wípé kàkà tí màá fi pe màálù ń broad mi lè ti torí pé mo fẹ́ jẹran kí n pe màálù ní broader mentality yẹn wà ń gbà yẹn.
Yes.
No time. We take by it expired for a long time.
It's true.
Nigeria.
Everybody fall for anything now. Anything.
Senator Topa ṣe wà ńbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré ṣì yí sílẹ̀ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kó tó tán.
This is my very first time to be talking on this platform. I've always been following silently.
Okay.
But it got no interest in me, because normally, all the conversations man got there's always about one pastor. But the man believe pé àwọn èèyàn ló wà gullible, so there's nothing you want to do. Láti mention dodo. Láti follow me. So back pariwo lóńdọ̀la àwọn tó bá ṣe wà gullible, but you made a very, very strong statement tonight about the European Union and how they are contributing to spoiling the country. And I would say that, and you also made some very, very salient point about, the questions they can bury in the Bible, And it reminded me of a particular book. That book is called Making a Christian Negro. So anybody can
How to make a Christian Negro and be by Benny.
It's actually a book that if you read it, you understand that the so-called religion is an orchestrated mechanism to make people docile. Because I cannot fathom how you say for a little or to go to see one so well mean to ba jagun for religion and what virgin. Setting people against it. It is very deep. It can only be discernible to the people that are wise. But if you say it in our society, people now see you as a
Antichrist.
But you mentioned something the other time too about our parents. I would say categorically that I believe that our parents are the ones that put us in this problem because they had that docile heart. They don't ask questions. Last year, I was slave master. When they say, "Oh, buy ni dudu ni," in fact, they now made us feel less of ourselves, like we are substandard. So, but for me, I think with the way the world is going and the children we're having today, I think it will get to a point because Sister Isole can play but I think over time, and to go so and everybody will be able to know if they are left from right because I've been seeing content now online where people are beginning to question some kind of miracles that so-called pastor Tananche, you do miracles and you see people jumping up in the next 1 second. People are now asking questions and I believe it's the right direction we are heading to. And I believe that
thank you so much. Brother, me Jordan Chewambe.
Yeah, I'm in fact, I'm glad to first time I work in Lelesa. But I've been following you too. In fact, almost every day the mango program. Oh, was saddening Goni generation, very, very saddening. In fact, me if I told me East Tiban Robobo, people la Barawai, Shani Kenya Mampam, people la Barawai. I'm a pay a slave master, Lodon Yibo. Religion wa power.
It
is well. It is well. How could you pay our dudu, our godly attitude, our love for long to the brain wa kúrò lórí wa. Nobody make a jegbe. Our
majegbe. Asha ribi tó ti ní káwọn èèyàn jẹ koríko.
Imagine that. Yeah. Ọlọ́run kẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ́ kò ní pé why tọ́lọ́ ṣe fún wa lọ́pọlọ at the first place torí ká lè mọ left and right lọ́lọ́run ṣe fọpọlọ sí torí ká lè mọ left and right so wọ́n dẹ̀ fi religion yẹn wọ́n fi cover gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ ni gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ náà parents wa náà ni náà but mo thank God fún generation ni
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
generation
àròkè yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni mọ̀ nígbà gbogbo ìyẹn o they will contest everything to the teeth. àbí kòkó iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe ó yọ just continue till we do it.
ẹ ṣé bàbá mi
Nicola ti so much.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes sir.
brother mi Ọmọ́túndé Sanusi ṣe wà ń bẹ̀.
ẹ kálẹ́.
ẹ kálẹ́ jàre.
ẹ rà sà mo really appreciate the content yẹn.
ẹ ṣé bàbá mi.
mo máa ń wà ní program ṣùgbọ́n today is first time. ẹ àwí kónkó gangan ní gangan because you are really talk reality. You know, Ìbàdàn, despite the religion aspect, mo rí àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ máa knack, but at the same time, nǹkan tí mo kàn rí both this religion ni pé ṣe rí mentality wa ní Africa nínú, ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá lọ check nowadays, kẹ́rẹ́ tó lọ sí Bible school kó jà pa tó bá fi mú tó bá wá sí Western world. Brain in my open. He go see everything. To bá lọ sí ìlú Arab go, he go see everything. Wà mọ̀ pé we African, we Nigerians, we are dummies. Because agbe nǹkan oní nǹkan sórí. Arab ń ṣe bọ̀, nobody go tell me. Wọ́n ní ṣìrán níwájú ta. The way that they practice religion in outside country kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń ṣe ní Naija wọ́n ti fi ṣe ó ti di industrial ó ti di nǹkan táwọn kan tó fi ń jẹun tó fi kò sáyè yẹn ní Europe ní o tó bá lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì gan tó bá náà fẹ́ gbàdúrà fún ẹ̀ lè lo ju 1 hour 30 minutes lọ everybody get out mà ṣùgbọ́n mentality wa téèyàn bá kúrò nínú ìlú ẹ̀ náà lọ́ lè fún ní because òun náà la fi ní brain pé yes you got to think pé kíní báwo ló ṣe kó rí báyìí báwo ló ṣe kó rí báyìí báwo lẹ kó ṣe rí báyìí èèyàn máa ń challenge ara ẹ̀ náà ṣùgbọ́n àǹtí yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣe rí ọ̀nà àti mú lọ sẹ́nu bí gbogbo wa ṣe wò fàyè nínú Nàìjíríà kò sí ká má ní family tó wà ignorant lórí ọ̀rọ̀ religion aspect yìí kò dẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló fẹ́ kú sí mọ́ṣáláṣí ló fẹ́ kú sí. ó dàbí ẹni tó wà ní Europe ó ní òun lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì who go pay your bill? Who go pay your bill? wọ́n ti ní pé Africa àmọ́ kan tó ń pè ní humanity we just believe God ọlọ́run tó ń sọ yẹn are you see the God?
Ọlọ́run tá à ń wá káàkiri tá a lè rí nínú débọ̀ wa tá a rí nínú family.
Nǹkan tó ń pè ní humanity life no practice ní Europe wọn ò ní pé kò sí ọmọ 12 years tó bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe life ẹ ni tó bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe life ẹ ló ó kù sí ẹ lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n lọ́dọ̀ wa àwọn kan fi ń ṣe business ni.
Ó ti di business ìyá kan tètè mọ ní.
tó jẹ́ ìbílẹ̀ ṣe ráhùn nǹkan fún àtẹ pé àwa tá a jẹ́ Yorùbá gan mentality wa I'm sorry to say that àwọn kan nínú wa tó ní brain jù wá lọ wọ́n fi àwọn level kan operate mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ fún àwọn kan wọ́n sọ àwọn kan because ẹni tó bá lówó sí á máa wọ àwọn tó lówó pé àwọn tó lówó from there òun náà fẹ́ go á fẹ́ lọ tí outside the wọn náà wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe fá fún wọn fẹ́ ṣe kinní kan nǹkan tó lè mú ilé ayé ní rọrùn mo ní parọ́ fún yẹn o everybody need to have job wake up early morning and go your job come back that nǹkan tó lè mú ilé ayé wá successful nìyẹn o nǹkan tó lè mú ṣùgbọ́n without that ẹnìkan fún ẹ 2,000 fún ẹni kinní kan we are growing poverty every day we are growing corruption every day kọlùwà kó ṣàánú fún wa ṣá ẹ fi àwọn àfáà lẹ tẹ bá ń sọ yẹn o like me ọmọ àfáà ni mi o ṣùgbọ́n that's early 90 pọ̀ sí mi gan ní school ẹ lè fi bí àwọn yẹn wọ́n ṣe practice religion lè fi wé àwọn tó wà láyé sìn láyé ìgbà yẹn náà wà o àwọn kan wọ́n wá sí tí ẹ̀ débi pé religion tó ń gbé lọ́wọ́ kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n fi ń deceive àwọn èèyàn.
ṣe rí level bí tá a tiẹ̀ dé yìí ṣe rí level bí tá a dé yìí ojú ti là débi wípé outrightly ṣe rí religion yìí a máa fight against ẹ̀ débi tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ ibi tí wọ́n de àwọn ènìyàn débi wípé nínú Bible yẹn they even wrote it there that you do not have right to speak or to talk against constituted authority tó ń pa wá ẹni tó joyè àwòdì tí ò lè gbà tí ò lè gbé adìẹ insecurity wà nílùú àwọn èèyàn lè invest. Bible sọ wípé àwọn bàbá Adébóyè àkà wípé Bible sọ wípé we should not speak up yet the other guys wọ́n gbé lé wọn lọ́wọ́ wípé àwọn lè máa pààyàn. Ṣé àdí pé nǹkan ti ṣe wá Nàìjíríà àti Áfíríkà ni? Nǹkan ti ṣe wá náà. Àwọn fídíòsì tí mo ní lórí insecurity náà dé wọ́n ń dúnyàn lọ́rùn bá wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pe Allahu Akbar. Ẹ wá sọ fáwọn Christian wípé àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí bí àgùntàn níwájú olùrẹ́run ó yá di kò tilẹ̀ fọ́hùn ó kú fún èmi tẹ ó kú fún rẹ̀ kò kú fún mi.
In this modern world, in the modern world.
Jésù kú fún rẹ̀ kò kú fún èmi.
Nígbà tí wẹ́n tó bí Jésù wá fúnra wọn speak up nílùú wọn ọmọ òòlù fọmọ dédé tí ó dá lọ sí child care ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ní kò take picture nígbà tó yẹ kó take care wọ́n máa arrest ẹni.
Wọ́n máa arrest ẹ. You know it is again àbí báwo náà ṣe ń kọrin yẹn ẹ rán mi létí orin òkè mímọ́ òkè agbára o.
ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa àwọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹni kí Christian máa sọ̀rọ̀ kí wọ́n máa pa wọ́n ó jà mo tiẹ̀ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin torí ọ̀rọ̀ religion náà ló sì fa gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ political problem tá à ń sọ yìí. Ok Jésù sọ wípé òun ràn yín because màá sọ fún yín pé Jésù yìí biblical God wà highly primitive. Àwọn èèyàn lọ èèyàn tí biblical God lòun dá wọ́n ṣe mí ẹran tí bá ṣe máa ń send letters tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a máa kọ lẹ́tà 9 post a máa send ẹ̀ káàkiri wọ́n wá wò pé míìsì wo la tún lè fi develop wọ́n ṣe WhatsApp wọ́n ṣe email wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ a nídìí láti send letters mọ́. Am I making sense? But biblical God as a 2026 sì dúró wípé ẹ lọ káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ lọ máa kéde mi. How useless can that God be? Ó tún wá sọ fún wọn wípé tí wọ́n bá débẹ̀ kí wọ́n gbọ́n bí ejò kí wọ́n níwà tútù bí àdàbà ṣùgbọ́n tán bá ti mú wọn kí wọ́n má struggle láti sọ̀rọ̀ torí nǹkan máa sọ ẹ̀mí má kọ́ wọn. Pásítọ̀ mélòó náà ti pa ní nọ́ọ̀tì lẹ́ni tí Jésù dìde fún? Pásítọ̀ mélòó náà ti pa ní nọ́ọ̀tì tó sọ̀rọ̀ tí áńgẹ́lì tí ẹ̀mí mímọ́ sọ̀kalẹ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ tí ó jẹ́ kí wọ́n pa ẹ mọ́ dá mi lọ ẹ̀yìn mi kíní.
Carry signs and wonders lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Go ye to the world and preach the word yẹn irọ́ ló bá dé.
Ọlọ́run náà níbi tá ti báyé wa jẹ́ dé nìyẹn.
Ayé wà sí ní 2026 ẹ lè dúró síbẹ̀ gbogbo ayé kọ́ lórí yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà sí. Stop irọ́ tó pa fún wa yẹn pé go ye to the world irọ́ ló bá dé kò bá ọlọ́run kò sọ fún yín kẹ́ go ye to the world lọ sí ẹni goddamn nonsense.
Question tá béèrè lẹ́yìn sí kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè wá dá wa lóhùn.
God and preach my gospel. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin evangelist mo di evangelist rubbish tẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ evangelist nothing sínú àpò yín lẹ evangelist sí kankan sí.
Ẹ̀bẹ̀dẹ̀ la máa bẹ àwọn pastors lẹ́ni àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wá ní theological school tẹ́ máa lọ yáwó láti lọ kọ́ churches ẹjọ́ à ń bẹ̀ yín ni today we are still able to talk. Ẹ free àwọn èèyàn Ọdẹ́kúnlé Epaphras and co ẹ free àwọn èèyàn Táíwò Òjó Sam Òjó gbogbo yín pátá ẹ set àwọn èèyàn free ẹ̀yin bàbá Adébóyè ẹ set àwọn èèyàn free. This is not the direction Nigeria is ought to be going. Baba Adébóyè and you hold this generation of Nigerians a sincere apology. Kì í ṣe àwọn apology wèrè tẹ́ ẹ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀. Today we deserve an apology from you that you see us finish. You said we have God but we do not have technology. How dare you? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn èèyàn useless tó níwájú yín ni? Ṣé God yẹn ti sọ̀kalẹ̀ sí ṣó fún wa technology ṣó fún wa ní security? Tábàdé sọ̀rọ̀ lọ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ wọ́n ní ìjọba ATM try okay coastal road tẹ níjọba yìí ṣe ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú torí Ọlọ́run ṣé àwọn tán ti pa nífọ̀nàfọ̀nù ṣé wọ́n máa jẹ èrè infrastructure yẹn ẹ fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ń palàpalàpà báwọn náà ṣe máa pa wá ogun wà nílùú ẹ tún ń ṣe ètò ìdìbò ẹ wò tí wọ́n ṣe ní delta lẹ́njọ́bẹ̀ ẹ wò wọ́n ṣe ṣára wọn ní go àṣà 2026 láti máa rírun nǹkan báyìí Ẹ̀bẹ̀ educational system jẹ́ débi wípé ẹ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ yọ àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sílẹ̀ kẹ́ lè máa lò wọ́n fún political tọ́gì. Ẹ rán àwọn ọmọ tí yín lọ sábrọ́dì. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa yàn wọ́n máa yanjú fún yín? Ká máa rí ìbáṣepọ̀ láàrin àwọn táùtì pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń ṣèjọba lé wa lórí, and we are still supporting them. And we are still saying rankadede. In the first place, tabanika fi èké àti àìlọ́pọlọ sílẹ̀. There are some things tí wọ́n ti establish. Ìjọba ò lè establish Nigerian army. Ìjọba ò establish air force. Ìjọba ò establish kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ to fight insecurity, to fight insurgency. Ẹ wá gbélé individual lọ́wọ́. Tó bá dọ̀lá sí ṣé individual yẹn lè control gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbébọn fún. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn dá mi lóhùn náà.
You are right.
Ṣé wọ́n lè control gbogbo àwọn tó ń kó bọ̀ fún lẹ́ni? Because à ń fẹ́ tẹ̀sílẹ̀ à ń palàpalàpà because of how important it is for us to secure ourselves. We are voting for what is wrong. We are only postponing evil kini. Ṣé individual yẹn is the right question I'm asking today, because ìjọba ti fail woefully. Ẹ wá ń gbé ètò ààbò níbi tí wọ́n ti ń pa àwọn èèyàn in thousands ẹ̀ ń gbé fún individuals. Àwọn Nigerian army officers tó fẹ́ ṣe dáadáa àbọ̀dé tẹ́ ń gbà fún wọn as government officials bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fún àwọn Boko Haram àti Fulani herdsmen ní information pé àwọn army tẹ́ ẹran ti ń bọ̀. Why can't you people fight those people? Àwọn tí wọ́n allege pé wọ́n rí àwọn terrorists lábẹ́ wọn tó jẹ́ government officials. What is this government doing? What is the DSS doing to arrest them? Ẹ wá gbé ètò ààbò lé individual lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ń dẹ́mi ẹ̀ légbodò. Nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún Chief Sunday Igboho lẹ́ni kí Chief Sunday Igboho mọ ibi tí àwọn politicians tó rán wọn ṣẹ́ kó mọ ibi tí wọ́n dúró sí. Torí tó bá di ọ̀la àwọn politicians yìí wọ́n tún mọ̀nà tán máa gbà yọ sí. That is my own special warning and advice. Because èní la rí ń sìn àwọn politicians tán bá jẹ tán bá mú yìí wọn kì í ṣe èyàn ẹranko pátápátá gbà ni wọn. That is my own token of love to Chief Sunday Igboho. I'm telling you, ìjọba tó wò sùnsùn tí gómìnà lè sọ wípé ó dìgbà tóun bá jẹ president kóun tó dá sétò ààbò. Does that not tell you that nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ? Number one. Number two, why are the obas not totally in support? Wípé àníṣe ń tá ìjọba lé lórí ni wípé káwọn èèyàn wá mọ̀mọ́ kúkú ọkọ̀ wọ̀wọ̀. Kí ló dé tó nira fáwọn ọba láti lè sign paper wípé ó yá ẹja dìde? Chief Sunday Igboho is not asking the right question. Kí ló dé tí wọ́n máa dúnkokò mọ́ wípé kò gbúdọ̀ wọ Kwara? Who are the elements? What are the governors hiding? What are they gaining? In the 80s, à ń ṣe ní social studies. Wọ́n máa kọ state báyìí. Wọ́n á kọ resources tá lè rí inú ẹ̀ ní each state. Lẹ́ni, do we still have that? Nígbà tó pé àwọn gómìnà àtàwọn tó wà ní presidency àwọn ló ń jókòó lé resources lórí wọ́n wá ń pa àwọn èèyàn fọnà fọṣú. And Nigerians are still sitting there thinking that it is religious fight. US náà then confuse you. They are killing Christians. Are they not killing Muslims? Are they not killing people in the mosque? So I am just sending out this message so that they don't think that gbogbo wa la sùn la kọrí síbì kan náà. Kì í ṣe gbogbo wa la sùn la kọrí síbì kan náà. It is not a religious fight. It is a fight to keep having access to our resources. That is number one. Then number two, nǹkan tó ń pè education. Kí ni usefulness of education àti curriculum wa lẹ́ni? That at the end of the day, we cannot even utilize our resources ourselves. Common cocoa, a lè change ẹ̀ sí chocolate. Common lemon, a lè convert ẹ̀ sí lemonade. Àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe business, ìjọba ò fún wọn ní enabling environment to establish. So, number one, kini tá ń sọ lẹ́ni, what is the way forward? What is the way forward? I will tell you, there should be an overhaul of our educational system. It is not education, we are only learning English in school. English, èdè elédè la ló ń kọ́ ní school in all of our faculties.
Because, sir, sorry to cut you. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody. wọ́n ní wọ́n ń ṣe àwọn kíní àwọn kí wọ́n pe orúkọ àwọn teachers TRCN or kíní teachers trade union tó máa ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà yẹn. And somebody said that the same question tó ti ń lò for the past 10-15 years.
òun
náà reprint every year.
Imagine.
So now what you are teaching people is that they should just go and la cram la pour. But now when we go to the UK, gbogbo school táwọn ọmọ wa lọ. School táwọn ọmọ wa ń lọ níbí yìí wọ́n máa fún wọn ní topic wọ́n ní discourse. Like they are trying to build that their intelligence. Okay, think outside the box. But tell me one question why what is one lady list, one lady enumerate. So they are just a one way direction.
Ẹ lọ wo nǹkan tí Ibrahim Traore tún ṣe ń sìn àwọn project tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní school. He has mandated that everybody, the professor submit the thesis. It must be practical. You must invent something. You must think outside the box.
That's education.
That is education.
So I think the education, when they say, is the bedrock of every society. So that's why it has been near a lot of gullible people that cannot ask simple questions, people that cannot even. So this is not real. We see black like this. White because they don't want to contest it. It's crazy. I don't know. No. Bàbí mo máa ń wò pé àwọn wo ló post mi gan sí àdúgbò. Àwọn tó bá jà wá áńgẹ́lì ló ṣe post àwọn wo ló post wá sí Africa.
Wọ́n post wá síbi tó dáa ní good leaders ní. Ní good leaders ní. Tá a bá fẹ́ ṣerú àwọn bàbá Jákàndé ìsìn ẹ wo tí bàbá yẹn ṣe sílẹ̀ ṣé kò ṣì wà ń bẹ̀dẹ̀ ní eléyìí tó bá kóró owó yẹn tó bá kó jẹ ṣé kò ti kú lẹ́nìí ibi tẹ́ ti máa mọ̀ fáwọn olórí burúkú ló wà ń jọba ẹ̀ nìyẹn. So there should be a common fight for a change of what we call education in Nigeria. It is not education, and they intentionally introduce it to us so that we keep our eyes off the resources to be able to develop them.
Curriculum. Anybody your history code, and when your history code curriculum, that's why when you see people today, I don't want to make this platform take up as a politics.
But just history.
Because history is so much they don't know the people that put them in initial problem. So I want to find initial problem. Our different coup don't share in Nigeria. Those are the same set of people that way not teaching but they don't know because they've not even gone through the history of the country. They don't know.
You know why they remove the history? When they remove history from there, you can control humanity. Because through history, you will ask questions. You will know what was behind you. You will what know you can look forward to. Humanity will come in. Sociology, psychology. You will be able to ask questions. The new generation coming will be saying, "Kila wa baba wa she, nibola bade." You know,
how did we arrive at this point?
Share them up a point in history tell sorry. Light up. Share mo pé nǹkan tẹ́ sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ history yìí. Share mo pé Bàbá Túndé Kèlání. Share mo pé wọ́n rọra yan díẹ̀ nínú movie Ó lè kú ṣá. Nínú Ó lè kú nínú lecture room Bàbá Akínwùmí Ìṣọ̀lá. Ifun gan nínú Ṣàwòròdé tí wọ́n fi sọ pé olóyìnbó kan sọ wípé a ò ní ìtàn.
Ṣàwòròdé is exactly a replica of what is happening in our society.
Nigeria ni jogbo.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Nigeria ni jogbo.
God bless you, uncle. In my own little way and understanding is that wọ́n ní tọ́mọ ọba bá ìtàn.
Àrọ́bá ni bàbá.
Nígbà tí yóò bá dẹ̀ bá àrọ́bá dẹ̀ ní bàbá ìtàn. Because ọní tí ọmọ ọba ṣe kinní kan tí ò bá jọ ṣòkòtò àjọ kíjìpá. Mo ní àbúrò mi ní ọ̀rẹ́ kan wọ́n jọ lọ sí law school ni. Ó ní táwọn bá wà nígbà táwọn wà ní law school ṣé wọn pé ní law school tó bá fẹ́ ṣe bar exam everybody comes in groups láti ṣe group discussion bá ṣe máa ṣe investing yẹn. Ó ní this particular girl tẹ́ bá ń sọ gbogbo àwọn tí sì tẹ́ ń sọ section tẹ́ ń ṣe á ní ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ṣe lè sọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n máa sọ pé gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti sọ láti kọ́ àní ẹ̀ sọ Yorùbá. Later, one will go closer to this particular girl. And this particular girl is very intelligent and very, very, very brilliant. RD, this girl passed out of Baba school with distinction.
Imagine.
The man don't go close to her. Oh, babe, wow, babe. Let's buy the work on Yoruba. Only but don't want primary school. But go English it is so Yoruba not fi kwon. Ọmọ lókè ni o. Onígbà tó ń wọ secondary school
Yorùbá náà fi ń kọ́ àwọn títí kan English. Bọ́ ní ìsìngbà táwọn ohun yunifásitì gbogbo yẹn máa sọ òyìnbó ẹ̀ máa sọ òyìnbó ẹ̀dẹ̀ expect kókó yé òun. Ó ní tí ẹ bá lọ sí China, the Chinese will teach their children in their language, in their dialect, local language. Japanese likewise, Indian likewise. Níbi tá wà yìí RD tí ẹ bá rí Indian tó bá sọ òyìnbó fún yín, ẹ ká ọwọ́ sórí, ẹ sá lọ.
Ṣé bá jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́?
Ẹ wá mọ̀ the funniest thing. Àwọn náà ní the best of the best jobs.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Because they recognize themselves, they understand themselves, they will first digest whatever you are telling them in their own dialect. That, oh, mama, pick English. You know, I see, go back, come back. No, but you, tí a bá sọ Yorùbá, tí a bá rí àwọn Nigerians tó bá sọ Yorùbá fún àwọn òyìnbó yìí, oh, man, slow down. Can you repeat yourself? Tí ẹ bá lo àwọn adjectives kan fún wọn, tí ẹ bá lo àwọn words kan fún wọn, wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé break it down, slow down, kò lè tó yẹn. Ṣé àwọn eléyìí ló wá kó wa lẹ́rú? Ṣé àwọn eléyìí la wá ń sọ fún pé kò sẹ́ni tí ò dàbí yín? Àní mò ń sọ fún yín sẹ́ tẹ́ bá lọ wo àwọn Vikings film RD tí pásítọ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ máa sọ lóko pa ni. Tí wọ́n bá sọ fún yín pé òun pásítọ̀ òun Christian ẹ máa sọ lóko pa ni. Because àwọn ará bíbá yìí sẹ́ wọ́n ń pa àwọn Vikings yẹn initially pé if you don't take this our Jesus ó máa kú ni. Nígbà tí àwọn yẹn padà sí wọn tó yí padà sí wọn, wọ́n sá àsálà fún ẹ̀mí wọn. Recently this week, sometimes in the week, mo rí message. Luckily, I was off duty. Bí máa yìí ṣe pè mí ni. I knew him as a secondary school teacher. Bó ṣe pè mí nìyẹn. Àǹtí, ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta, family nǹkan, ìgbà kan, ẹ máa wọn pleasantries ìlànà tó máa kọ́ sọ. Èmi náà ṣáà ń play along, mo play wà okay sir. Family nǹkan ṣeṣẹ́ lọ. Òun máa ti fi ṣẹlẹ̀, òun ti wà ní seminary. Ó gbé hàn bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo bá dákẹ́. Mo lè wà ní seminary ní ẹ̀. Mo ní ṣe nǹkan àwọn ti resign. Mo ló dá o. Àwọn ṣe ti wà 400 level. Ṣé mo ń gbóhùn ní background? Mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ń gbóhùn. Wọ́n ń pa àwọn ní pé àwọn táwọn ò tí ì san balance Ìbàdàn. Anglican seminary ṣe wà pé Ìbàdàn lẹ́yìn dàgbà sí ẹ máa mọ ibi tó wà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ó ṣàdárúkọ bẹ̀. Mo bá lé okay, I see. How do you ṣe àwọn nǹkan tí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí máa sọ fún mi? Òun need help mi ni Ọlọ́run máa ràn mí lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run á pèsè fún mi. Òun sì jẹ gbèsè, òun ò tí ì san balance. Ṣé mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ àwọn ọmọ àti ìyàwó wà lé, òun máa ń lọ every 2 weeks. Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo sọ? Mo ní is good o. Mo ní ṣèbí Ọlọ́run lẹ fi ẹ fi circular job lẹ̀ lọ bá Ọlọ́run ní. Àmọ́ ló yẹ kọ́ lọ́ọ́ lè pèsè fún yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa san balance. Ṣorí ń bíbá yìí o, èmi ò fi iṣẹ́ tèmi lẹ̀ lọ sí seminary kankan. Iṣẹ́ ni òun ṣe, iṣẹ́ ni ògùn iṣẹ́. Ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo máa sọ, ọ̀yọ́ ò ní o. Torí yìí tí mò ń pa ń bí ìbá ìgan, àwọn ẹran òtí àbí awo òtí kò tí kájú ìlú. Ẹ̀yin fi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀. Èmi ò ṣe fi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ kémi náà lọ seminary. Tí bá fi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ lọ seminary ẹ̀yà lè kú.
Ṣọ́kùnrin lẹ́ni tó ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àǹtí.
Can you imagine?
Very lazy man.
How can a man máa kẹnu sí
A man kò dẹ̀ fi ìyàwó àti ọmọ sílẹ̀. Offering máa tó yín o, torí lọ́wọ́ tèmi wà yìí. Ó ti fẹ́ send the money prayer, mo sọ fún àwọn àbúrò mi ní máa ṣáwèrè yìí lọ́kì.
RD, ṣé is it not supposed to be the other way round? Ẹ wo ọkùnrin tó yẹ ká fọwọ́ sọ̀yà. They supposed to be the guardian.
Wọ́n marinate yín nìyẹn.
Èmi kọ́, far from it. I've been enslaved, I've been deceived years back. Ṣé ní lọ́wọ́ tí mo wà yìí? Ẹ gbàgbé bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Kò jọ. Mo dé láti ibi iṣẹ́ lánàá. Mo bọ́ bó mo ṣe jẹun tán tèmi àtàwọn ọmọ ń sọ̀rọ̀, mo bọ́ sórí bẹ́ẹ̀. RD mi ò mọ̀ ìgbà tí mo sùn. Mi ò mọ̀ ìgbà tí mo sùn.
Tó bá ti rẹ̀ èèyàn máa sùn nígbà tá a rò kí n ṣòkòtà.
Nígbà tí máa jí 15 minutes after 4. Mo dẹ̀ délé ní bóyá mo jẹun mo jẹun bóyá títí 7 or 9. Mi ò mọ̀ ìgbà tí mo sùn. ìyẹn ni ọ̀kan wá sọ pé òun lọ jókòó seminary.
No,
wàláì adarada.
ẹ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ the last one tí mo fi
business náà ń ṣe
business ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ilé
business.
nínú àwọn candidate tí mo béèrè question kan nínú fídíò kan tó ń go viral that so many people have not even seen it. It is very very correct tá a bá sọ wípé ọwọ́ àwọn tó wà lókèrè ó wà nínú bí wọ́n ṣe ń yan olórí fún wa ní major part of Africa. Ẹni tí wọ́n bá ẹni tó bá máa dance to their tunes, they make sure that they equip terrorists to make sure that that person becomes the president of such a nation where they are getting resources. If that were to be so, I ask all the presidential candidate aspirants tí ò tí jẹ́rí in the person of Sowore, Peter Obi, Atiku náà, or whosoever. I said, if this has been established as a fact, if any one of you, if you know ọmọ Nigeria bá sọ pé kí election tún wáyé, any one of these people to be the president, because you are going to be using tribalism to still select your president. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ pé Sowore wọlé or Atiku wọlé or Peter Obi or Tinubu, any one of them. What exactly are the steps that such a person will take to make sure that we do not need to go to Charterhouse again, and that we can cut the wings and fingers and hands and attachment of all foreign powers masterminding our affairs? Number one question. Number two, are there plans to make sure that all these forests tí àwọn terrorists ń sá sí, are there plans to make sure that we harness our resources to make sure that they become productive to us instead of hide out for terrorists? I asked that question in that video. No answer. Number three, will there be a walk around our territories, our borders, in such a way that there won't be influx of Fulani jihadists from neighboring countries again? No answer. Finally, constitution wa, so many of you don't even know what is there. I took time to read some of them, and I stand here to tell you today that our constitution is centralized on jihad. So many of you don't know. That is why there are some things that will happen in Nigeria today. Tó bá dé court tán, wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé nǹkan tó ṣe is against the constitution. And there is only one person who has spoken about a change of constitution, without which there is no Nigeria. We are only existing for the time that we are on planet Atasotaji, which is wrong, which is a wrong mentality for living. But what is Sunwade level yense? How many of you realized that our constitution has been adjusted so much that when you say one wash ishewa, opening wa from gate man, how many of you remember that any of such low whatever job, amanka GMAT ifuni? How many of you remember GMAT and some other books? Fún iṣẹ́ gateman, fún iṣẹ́ driver, fún iṣẹ́ kilorukwe. But the constitution affords that a primary school holder, either he has certificate or not, is able to hold our political offices. And yet we are expecting a forward nation. Why do you think that Europe will fight to make sure that a non-entity leads a nation that can provide millions of professors? Because they know that the likes of Sowore can challenge them. I am not campaigning for anybody because separation is the best. Because gbogbo question tí mo béèrè, there is none of them that can answer, because at the end of the day, they would rather want to buy. Because nobody is asking. Europe can only tell us how sophisticated. No African nation is producing sophisticated weapons. How are these sophisticated weapons coming into the country, into the hands of these terrorists? European Union that is coming to fight corruption.
if care is not taken, Sowore will end up like Gaddafi. It will end up like Gaddafi if care is not taken.
And we don't want to lose him.
Times, when I listen or I'm chance to come across some of his writings on Sahara reports or some of his interviews or his granted interviews, mo got to manche, mo ko ma finu ṣàdúrà fọkùnrin pé tọkùnrin Ọlọ́run ṣàṣàánú bọ̀bọ̀ yìí. Tó bá
débẹ̀ ṣé foreign power tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọn lẹ́nìí ṣé wọ́n máa jẹ́ kó jókòó síbẹ̀.
That is what I'm telling you. We end up like Gaddafi. Because Gaddafi, why was he killed? He was killed because enough is enough.
Libya lẹ́nìí.
No more dollar, no more pounds in Africa. No more foreign powers coming to our nation to dictate how we sleep, how we wake.
Someone who was ready to champion African Bank, that nations can come and borrow money without interest.
Now, at the end of the day, we will run the same economy, the same the same notes.
Yes, like European Union, African Union was solidified.
African Union. You will go from Nigeria to Ghana, from Ghana to Senegal, from Senegal to Mali, from Mali to Ghana, without any visa. Best rate but on ti rí pé ilá eléyìí ti ń ga ju eléré lọ o. Ẹ̀yin bọ̀bọ́ yìí ti ń mú o. Eléyìí ò lè jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n yanjú ẹ̀ ni. Ẹ wo bí Liberia ṣe
rí lẹ́nu. Wọ́n ti pa tán, wọ́n ti gbà tán pa tán, fojú wọn tó jà.
Lọ sí school. RD kó tó jáde yunifásítì iṣẹ́ ti ń dúró díẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ilé ti ń dúró díẹ̀.
Liberia ti wá ṣe wedding tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa fún ẹ nílé. Libya rada tí wọ́n máa fún ẹ nílé tán máa ṣẹ̀tẹ̀ hàn.
Ní Libya tí ẹ bá jáde university after 2 years it is mandatory under the law that you must get married. Country yẹn dẹ̀ ló tún ló máa sponsor wedding ẹ.
Ṣebí Libya yẹn náà ti ń ṣòwò ẹrú lẹ́nìí. Ẹ wo àdúrà àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó wà ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń tà wọ́n sóko ẹrú. Physically lójú wa báyìí. Who is giving them that power? Ibo náà ń ta àwọn èèyàn sí. What are they using people's organs to do? These are questions that people are not ready to ask.
Wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀ because kò kàn wọ́n, kò kàn ẹbí wọn. Ẹni àmọ̀rí ìbá kú ni, iṣẹ́ ọrùn ò bá wò. Ẹni máa kú lọ̀rọ̀ wọn, ẹni máa yè. Ẹ jẹ́ n wá sọ nǹkan kan fún yín o. Ọ̀run yabọ̀.
Kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹnìkan.
Ìṣòrí èèyàn kan. Awólọ́wọ̀ ti sọ years back. Ìtorí ẹ̀ náà ṣe jẹ́ ká history mọ́, náà ṣe yọ history kúrò ní curriculum. Only a time will come. Nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tí ẹ̀ tọ́ yìí.
Wọ́n ní jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ tí yín rí mú mi.
Ọmọ títí yín tẹ̀tí tọ́ tó máa yọ lẹ́nu. Ẹ má jẹ́ àsọ̀rọ̀ jù. Ṣẹ́rí, akọ̀ròbó jìnnà ni o, RD. It's just around the corner.
Ṣebí wọ́n gbé George kan ní Kebbi state àbí state wo náà ti gbé Kebbi George nsìn. Taraba state. Ṣebí wọ́n náà ti gbé George kan. Wọ́n béèrè 200 million.
Nígbà tí wọ́n gbé èèyàn kan before him. Wọ́n gbé senator kan nígbà yẹn. Wọ́n ní wọn ìsọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n ti gbé George nsìn.
Wọ́n ti gbé George.
Guy kan sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Rio. Ó ní kó máa múra lẹ̀ pé ó ti ń bọ̀ àwọn là ń dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀.
Wọ́n sọ lórí fídíò lórí TikTok pé anybody làwọn lè gbé ní Nàìjíríà.
Wọ́n ti sọ pé àwọn tẹ́ fẹ́ máa go after the government officials.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó bẹ́tà.
Ẹ jẹ́ àmà àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ó bẹ́tà.
Mi ì mọ̀ bóyá ẹ gbọ́ interview boy kan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́kìtì, one graduate tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní farm kan lẹ́kìtì tí wọ́n táwọn kidnappers gbé pẹ̀lú driver farm yẹn. Lọ́wọ́ màmá boy yìí for 42 days in hell. That 42 days was like 25 years fún bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Because ojú ẹ̀ driver tó wá lọ.
Momsi president.
Nígbà tí ò rí driver yẹn ojú ẹ̀ báyìí náà ṣe pa kí ló dé tó ń ṣe pa ó ní wọn àwọn pa àwọn family ẹ̀ pé àwọn ní kó gbé 50 million wá àwọn yẹn níbo làwọn ti máa rí ó ní tó ẹ̀ bá gbé wá ọjọ́ bó ṣe máa ń sọ òyìnbó wọn yẹn àwọn máa pa ni o wọ́n sọ pé ẹ wo tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá gbé wá tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá máa pa ẹ pa àwọn ohun mọ̀ nǹkan tí àwọn máa ṣe wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe fídíò ẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ yìnbọn fún màá yẹn. This was a man RD tó jẹ́ pé ńgbà tí wọ́n kọ́ kidnap ẹ̀ he went to farm o láti lọ drop àwọn workers o kó padà lọ bá this particular guy ní ọ́fíìsì ní ibi tí bọ́ọ̀ yẹn ti ń kọ report bọ́ọ̀ yẹn lòun pé kò gbé wọn wá kí ló ń ṣe máa yìí kò ń ṣe báyìí náà kí ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ lòun bá trace ẹ̀ lọ ó ní why don kidnap ẹ̀ the guy saw an avenue to escape tó bá ní kó òun sá bó ṣe bá sábà wọ́n gbé bọ́n sí lọ́wọ́ ni nígbà tóun máa dé farm torí máa yẹn wọ́n ti yìnbọn fún ó ní that was the sign tí wọ́n make nígbà tóun dé àárín wọn pé wọn mọ̀ dé wọ́n ṣàbọ̀ kan sọ pé wọ́n sá pamọ́ they laid ambush for him nígbà tí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn máa mú bọ̀bọ̀ yìí rí guy yẹn ó lóun láti ya aṣọ òun ṣàmọ̀ ká máa fún ó lóun form tourniquet above that gunshot so that kò ní lose ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó náà lu ṣége sáwọn lára they eventually killed that boy that man. This guy was being raised by a single mom. He happens to be the first child. Láàrin àwọn ọmọ mẹ́rin. The father is alive, but he's a very useless man. Sorry to use that word because that guy used that word for that dad. Only this woman had to go from cooperative to Gbọ́múlé Lantern láti raise 17 million plus. Ọmọ ètò lè jáde nígbà tó máa jáde ọmọ kan tó ọ pé ọ̀gá ní òun máa san èlò òun máa gẹ̀tẹ̀ kò sí ẹ̀ bá wọn negotiate bó ṣe block boy ni ló wá di lílù ó ní ọ̀gá yẹn di ìjọ tóun sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn obìnrin yẹn ò pé òun ó dẹ̀ block number ó block òun ó block yẹ. After the release of this guy because fúnra wọn náà tún rí avenue wọ́n tún wá ń tà wọ́n fúnra wọn ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń tà wọ́n ọmọbìnrin wa ní Libya àwọn kan ti gba owó wọ́n lọ tà síbòmíì again àwọn yẹn tún demand wọ́n tún fún un gbà máì ní fresh demand wọ́n tún láti ṣe so this guy went from hand to hand at the end of the day bóyá wọ́n wá fún àwọn ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì yẹn wọ́n ṣàdí pé wọ́n chìtara wọn bí ẹni tó ń ṣọ́ wọn mo ṣe fún yẹn ní out of bóyá 5 million àbí nǹkan kan wọ́n fún ní bóyá 20,000 ní ẹ̀ ṣe bínú ni ó kàn sọ yẹn kí ìsílẹ̀ ló lọ kóyá àwọn ọ̀gá ẹ̀ tó dé àwọn ti túra wọn sílẹ̀ wọ́n bá sá lọ wọ́n ṣáà rìn for days níbi tó tún ti rìn ibi tó rẹ̀ wọ́n sí ejò fẹ́ẹ̀ ṣá wọn jẹ they were just walking aimlessly at the end of the day láàrin igbó nígbà tó ń gbé èèyàn ní Èkìtì tẹ lọ ń bára yín ní Kogi state ìkọ́nà àwọn inú igbó yẹn wọ́n ti rí fámà tó jẹ́ pé máa yẹn láti pe ọmọ ẹ̀ wá láti town láti Kogi town táwọn ṣe pé kó jókòó wá báwọn fi báìkì gbé àwọn arábì táwọn arábì yẹn fi jáde wọ́n wá gbé wọn lọ sí military zone kan military bóyá bíi àwọn settlement wọn wọ́n ṣe rescue wọn ni ẹ mọ̀ kọ́ tó sọ ẹ mọ̀ story tó ń gbàgìrì wọ́n ní Èkìtì government ló sọ ransom fáwọn ló sọ ransom tó fi release wọn.
Ma Jerry, sorry ma'am, mo kàn fẹ́ chip in kankan ni RD sọ kankan lẹ́ẹ̀kan nígbà tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn question the questions that we should ask the people we are going to be voting for but the truth is àwọn náà ti sọnù he just chip it in with the ultimate solution òní pé kó ní kálukú pín gàrí ṣé rí gbogbo story ní ṣé rí sir you cannot build not something or nothing.
Or nothing.
You cannot build something and the truth is even the amalgamation that happened in
it's fraud from day one.
It's fraudulent arrangement because okay see this kind of sensible conversation that we're having in this place I've also stumbled on some kind of this conversation going on in some, for people from Southeastern extraction. But everybody I want to look here, like doesn't ronú in the sense that once very weaponizing of poverty, that's why it headquarter. So is it that you are poor or you are rich? The
Almanjiri.
Marginalized.
Almanjiri.
Is it that you are the Almanjiri or you are the elite? So now I want elite I won't beg anybody because I want Almanjiri and I want my Lula to deliver election for deliver. So if we continue to go around in circles and go see, because these are the people
that break you are in southwest. Ìtorí ẹ̀ náà ṣe fẹ́ break ẹ̀ bá ẹ jẹ́ ká TB ṣáná kíyèsí Ògùn ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, in the sense that a ti mọ̀ pé Almajiri ni wọ́n ránkà dédé ni ẹ wá ní káwọn leaders wa àwọn so called wèrè torí wèrè lèmi rí wọn sí wọn ń ṣèyàn wèrè tọpọlọ wọn ti kú ẹ wá ní ká rí wọn kọ́ńdọ́pọlọ ṣe ẹ rí wèrè tó ẹni wèrè bu gìgẹ kí ni iṣẹ́ wèrè. Àwọn ẹ̀rí pé yìí sì mo okay ẹ kí tún fún yín instance kan ní ward mi ní wiki ní last week between last week and this week a ní mi ní sọ òyìnbó a ní èèyàn kan ìkọ́nà àwọn tí ó jẹ́ patient wa tó wá ṣe heart surgery.
Tí wọ́n bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán sí ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀. Yes, sir.
Okay. So wá ṣe heart surgery open heart surgery so nígbà tí máa yìí ṣáà recover ló wá ní àpé báwo ní English tèmi ṣe yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo àwọn ilé ọba ní wọ́n pé I'm an African ó lóun rí pa African wọ́n ní gbogbo tí wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà ó ní Nàìjíríà ó ní ó ní wow you are just like me pé òun ti wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa rí mo ní gbà wo ó ní in the era in the time of Shagari. Only that is in the 80s, only yes. Only mo wà ní secondary school. Only 80s, only yes. Only àwọn wá sí Port Harcourt láti wá build PZ industry. Àwọn làwọn wá ṣe electrification wọn gbogbo àwọn step down gbà kan àwo. Ó ní wọn ò ní títì rárá nígbà yẹn pé orí omi ni. Mo ní yes mo ní àdìbò ní Kapanko ó ní yáyáyá àwọn ní yes university Kapanko mo ní ṣe bí ìlú mi ni ó ní ṣe mo mọ nǹkan tí ó yà wọ́n lẹ́nu ó nígbà tí òun bá ń gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilé wa ní ìsìn bí ìgbà wo la dé bí báyìí ó ní báwo la ṣe dé bí báyìí ó ní this is a nation tó yẹ pé nígbà tó ń wà ń bẹ̀ pé kò wọn àwọn káwọn lọ pé àwọn ò lè kí ló wà ní bí báyìí. Ó ní kò sí nǹkan kan bí báyìí náà ó ní but unfortunately kóhun tó kúrò ìdí àgbọn àti Buhari ti overthrown wọ́n ti ṣe kú mo ní mo gẹ̀ẹ́tẹ̀ ó nígbà táwọn wá sí Kòròdú táwọn wá build PZ yẹn náà factory yẹn ó ní owó wà ó ní there was a man ní from the east ẹ máa gbọ́ Yorùbá mi o ó ní máa yẹn ó sọ pé òun fẹ́ build mega road pé it will be the best in Africa ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ orúkọ ó dárúkọ orúkọ Ìgbò ni ó ní máa yẹn nǹkan tí ibi tí òun ti mọ̀ pé ìgbà yẹn lòun ti mọ̀ pé country yìí ó máa crash ó ní ìgbà yẹn ó máa gbé shipment cement wá á gbé wá sí ṣé kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ kí tinkan ó ní tí shipment ẹ bá dé ó ní wọ́n á view ẹ̀ wọ́n á rí wọ́n á sanwó wọ́n ní offload o wọ́n á tún gbé lọ without offloading ó ní ìgbà yẹn àwọn kan ń mírí ni pé why are these people this wicked ó ní wọ́n ṣe this same shipment wọ́n gbé wá Audi lẹ́ẹ̀márùn-ún
tí wọ́n dẹ̀ já ọjà
wọ́n dẹ̀ offload ẹ̀ wọ́n ní eventually nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe audit tán realize it only they just gave him a slap on the wrist he was not prosecuted ó ní kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bí ó ní ṣe mo mọ máa ó dárúkọ máa yẹn mi ṣe rántí orúkọ ẹ̀ kọ́nà àwọn Igbos yẹn ó ní it's part of our economic adviser nísìn pé ní administration máa yìn òpònú ojú yọbọ yìí pé ó wà nù wọn ó dárúkọ máa yìn Igbo name ni.
ẹ jẹ́ n sáré play voice bàbá yín ojú yọbọ fún yín àwọn tó ń ṣe politics máa gbọ́ o.
ẹ wá ní kó ṣe dáadáa.
Grab it, snatch it.
At all cost, fight for it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it.
Kí ló ń snatch?
A ballot boxes now. Kí ló tó fẹ́ snatch?
Kí ló tó sọ nìyẹn ni?
Kébí náà ti ń ṣe ètò rádaràda wọn nìyẹn wípé bọ́n ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ sáré pé
grab it, snatch it, and run with it.
mo máa send ẹ̀ sí yẹn ẹ má wọ̀ rí ẹ máa rí.
Snatch it, ẹ jẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí snatch it, run it.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Rotimi.
Yes, sir.
Báwo ni?
Fine, sir.
Ẹ̀ẹ̀kan tó fi pè yẹn ó dà ń pé kí ni line yẹn ò clear.
Network yẹn ni. Yeah, I'm going sí.
Kí má gba àkókò ẹ kó kú ètò náà o.
Yes, sir.
O at least ó gbìyànjú. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè á máa dáàbò bò ẹ́. Nǹkan tẹ̀ ní ṣe lápáta Elédùmarè. Sórí mi nígbà àkókò. Sórí wọ́n ní àkókò ẹrù ẹ wọ́, ó ní òkèlè wò ẹ̀wọ̀ ìsàlẹ̀. Ṣé understand ẹ̀wọ̀ ìsàlẹ̀? Sórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwa aláwọ̀ dúdú ìṣòro ló fi wọ́n pa. Ṣé understand bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe? Slate wà bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ yẹn kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀, colonization náà, ó tún di pé wọ́n tún gbé àwọn ìyàn tó dẹ̀ ti lọ́gán láti ìdíjà tó jẹ́ pé káàbù ní. And again, sórí Nàìjíríà generally, èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan ara rọ̀ gan tí máa tún sọ náà èèyàn kan ti sọ nípa amalgamation tí wọ́n ṣe ní 1914.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Amalgamation rẹ̀ sórí ibi táwọn British lock nǹkan méjì náà fi lock wa Rótìmí tó jẹ́ pé ẹnu ẹ̀ láì wà yìí and the only way tá fi lè bọ́ kúrò ní ọ̀hún ni pé o ti sọ náà separation.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Apart from pé kó ní kálukú mẹ́rin lọ tiẹ̀ mi mọ bó ṣe lè mi kò lè ní àtúnṣe o.
Kò sí.
Nǹkan méjì náà fi lock wa òun ni tribalism àti religion. Ibi táwọn British tó lock wa sí nìyẹn. And tó bá dẹ̀ wo Africa generally ká tún wo Berlin conference náà tí wọ́n ṣe ní 1884 to 1885 wọ́n ní pé gbogbo nǹkan ti wọ́ tí àwọn British wọ́n kó tiwọn àwọn France wọ́n kó tiwọn.
Berlin conference yẹn náà ti pín wa yẹ́lẹyẹ̀lẹ sódà ní wá United l'Africa oníkálukú pín wa mọ́wọ́ bíi property.
Ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n kíni Berlin conference yẹn tó jẹ́ pé fear of interest ibi tó ti pín wa káàkiri nìyẹn. Sórí gbogbo nǹkan tí àwọn ará bí yìí tó ń gbé wá bá wa wọ́n fi scam wa ni. Sórí ká má parọ́ educational system wa náà it's not about wípé ọ̀rọ̀ English wípé bóyá English o scam ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Scam ni ká má parọ́ kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní education is not about pé kéèyàn máa sọ òyìnbó.
No ó jìnnà sí.
Sórí wọ́n tó pọ̀ǹgì wa tó bá wo àwọn ìlú wúrọ̀ àwọn China náà àwọn Japan èdè wọn right from kindergarten èdè wọn ni wọ́n fi kọ́ wọn nǹkan tó fi ṣe dáadáa nìyẹn. Àwọn ìlú wọ̀nyí English ní school wọn kì í ṣe pé wọ́n learn English ni just for communication it's not a mode of instruction.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ṣọ́nà sábẹ̀ yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Educational system tó fún wa náà scam ni scam. Religion yẹn is a business. Irọ́ pátápátá ló wà níbẹ̀.
Wọ́n fi dè wá ni.
Wọ́n China lẹ́ni ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí òbí ò lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ kankan láti gbé ọmọ ẹ lọ sí religion center.
One clamp on down down on them.
Tó bá pé 18 ó dìgbà tó bá pé 18 á decide fúnra ẹ̀. o lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ẹni òbí tó bá ṣe tán bá mú ó ń lọ sí ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n nìyẹn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
China wọn ò fi ṣeré and tó bá dẹ̀ wo organized religion méjèèjì Islam and Christianity àwọn Chinese people zero tolerance ní wọ́n ní fún wọn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo rí mo máa ń ṣe
consent àwọn Áfíríkà Rótìmí a ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní religion spirituality la ní àṣà àti ìṣe not to talk of àwa ọmọ kóòtù òjíire. ṣé àní religion o.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè táwọn baba ńlá wa tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí àfi ojú rí Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè o. Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè kò ní ibùgbé o. Bóyá obìnrin ni àbọ́kùnrin àmọ́ o ibi gbogbo ló wà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ibi gbogbo ló wà. Ṣé that is the reason tí àwọn MS bàbá olówó Èkó tó ń ṣe tíkì Yorùbá wọ́n máa ń sọ kinní kan wọ́n ní kó ní kálukú kó padà sí ilé tí wọ́n ti bí tí wọ́n lọ máa bèrè nǹkan tó máa ń ṣe nílé wọn. Àwọn ò introduce ẹni babaláwo séèyàn kankan o wọn ò introduce agbáhunṣe séèyàn kankan o wọn ò introduce oníṣègùn séèyàn kankan wọ́n ní kó padà sí ilé yín kìdẹ̀ ń ṣe dídán ní kó bá wọn ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní ilé yín. Ibẹ̀ dẹ̀ ni ogun tó ń jà wá Rótìmí ogun ẹ̀sìn méjèèjì gan òun ni ogun tó ń jà wá o. Ibẹ̀ làwọn ará bí yìí ibẹ̀ náà ti yí tiwa gangan o ẹ̀sìn àjòjì méjèèjì tó ń gbé wá o. ṣùgbọ́n religion ó máa ń pa prefrontal cortex èèyàn ni o ó máa ń pa prefrontal cortex ni religion. That is the reason no matter how educated you are bóyá oní degree oní masters oní PhD tó bá ti wà into religion ó máa pa your prefrontal cortex ẹni o ó máa pa sórí àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn àjòjì méjèèjì àwọn olórí ẹlẹ́sìn àjòjì méjèèjì Rótìmí nǹkan tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan àwọn bàbá ńlá wa ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe agbára. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé Jesus Christ tá à ń sọ yìí rọ́ ló wà ń bẹ̀ Allah tá à ń sọ kò tí agbára kankan Kùránì Báíbù irọ́ ni. Wọ́n lágbára gẹ́gẹ́ bí MS bàbá ṣe máa ń sọ wípé paracetamol 10 naira ó lágbára ju Kùránì ó lágbára ju Allah ó lágbára ju Muhammed lọ. Kò sí kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ irọ́ pátápátá ni. Wọ́n kẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan ti wá àwọn nǹkan wá gangan ibẹ̀ ni agbára wa wà ibẹ̀ ni ààbò wa wà ibẹ̀ ni ìṣọ́ wa wà but right from time ìgbà tó ń dé wọ́n bẹ̀ sí demonize gbogbo nǹkan tá a ní Rótìmí wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan àwọn nǹkan wa wọ́n ní odò tó bá ti gbàgbé orísun ẹ̀ ibẹ̀ ni nǹkan ní nǹkan là ń ṣe o nǹkan ní nǹkan là ń ṣe o mi mọ bá ṣe máa gòkè àgbà o nǹkan tó jẹ́ tiwa tí a dẹ̀dá aṣẹ̀dá dá wa mọ́ àti kúrò díẹ̀ o ọ̀ǹtì tá a bá padà sí rúùtù wa kò sí àtúnṣe o. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè àwọn kan ti ń jí wọ́n ti ń jáde.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni jíjí ti ń di ó ti pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
sórí tẹ bá tẹ̀rí di ó lé ẹni tó mo respect jù sórí Fẹlá bàbá 70 abàmì ẹ̀dá gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ń sọ right from time
tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí
gbogbo ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí o. Fẹlá dẹ̀ máa ń sọ ǹgbà yẹn ó ní music is a weapon. Fẹlá ìgbà military ìgbà Ọbásanjọ́ ó bá military jà wọ́n ti Fẹlá mọ́ wọ́n á jáde kò back down. The same thing ó mọ àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun ó mọ orí èèyàn tó ń jẹ́ o. Àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun àwọn ẹ̀yà méjèèjì wọ̀nyí ló dẹ̀ kó Áfíríkà lẹ́rú àwọn Arábù kó East Africa lẹ́rú 1300 years. The same thing àwọn ṣé wọ́n wá nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ń gbé ẹ̀sìn wá tá máa irọ́ pátápátá ló wà ń bẹ̀ o. Irọ́ táwọn kan máa ń sọ pé àwọn pásítọ̀ kan àwọn kan dá lára wọn èmi ò bìlíìfù irọ́ pátápátá.
wọ́n ti rí àṣírí ti tú àṣírí wọn ti tú.
àwọn ní iṣẹ́ ní oògùn ìṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ ní oògùn ìṣẹ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ ṣe sá.
ògùnjà tó ń gbé ọ̀lẹ kò sí o ọjọ́ tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ fún ajé bàbá tó rọjò àjẹjọ ìgbà wo ló tún máa mú mr ọláwá because last week bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n go into the depth of
ìdíjọ́ ìgbà máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tán bá máa ìgbà tán bá fún mi màá ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ èdè before so that àwọn èèyàn máa lè join wa so ẹ mọ̀ páwọn náà busy he is a consultant so wọ́n busy bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
dáadáa wọ́n mọ wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ gidi ni tó ń sọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn
ìyẹn lọ ní ìmísọ́lá wọn ò tí ì sọ nǹkan kan màá tún gbé wọn máa bẹ mí àti wọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ màá jẹ́ ká mọ̀ ẹ ṣe sà
so that wọ́n lè máa liberate àwọn èèyàn á lè wọ yẹ ìmísọ́lá gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́jọ́ yẹn ó lókìmí gan ó dáa kó kú iṣẹ́ náà.
all right sir ẹ ṣe sà yà. now ọlá tomorrow being Friday mo máa gbé nǹkan kan wá nínú constitution wa number 1 then number 2 gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń ta oríṣiríṣi ọjà tẹ́ ń provide the service kan lọ́lọ́kun òjọ̀kan we will have a section for you tomorrow to advertise 1-2 minutes so that people on Facebook TikTok whatever tó bá need services àti products yín tó dẹ̀ genuine torí anybody tán bá get in touch pẹ̀lú as a result of hearing about them lórí page wa tí wọ́n bá kówó fún yín tẹ́ gbé owó sókè á gbé yín síta àfọlọ́pàá gbé yín ó ti yẹ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé truth love and humanity la gbé dání but torí wọ́n níbẹ̀ ní bá máa gba àkàrà lọ́wọ́ ọmọdé á tó yín sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ọ̀nà kan tá a tún lè fi ran ara lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn àvẹ́ mo rántí pé mo share post ẹnìkan so somebody got in touch with me from Spain pé òun need the contact ẹni yẹn láti bá òun send nǹkan sí Spain and everything so irú àwọn examples bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn so we can use to help one another. That being said, I will also be playing some voice notes tomorrow. Roll call máa wà lọ́la. And lastly, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá mọ ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo church yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo orúkọ church yẹn níbí báyìí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ Archbishop Stephen Ogedengbe of Wisdom Chapel ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ní kí wọ́n respond sí mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ó wà very very important iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò ní bàjẹ́ iṣẹ́ Olúwa ò lè bàjẹ́ o iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò lè bàjẹ́ o Ọlọ́run ó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀la is another time between 7 and 8 p.m. So if I will be busy, I'll just try and squeeze my time to make sure that I accommodate what we're doing. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà lórí Instagram tẹ́ bá fẹ́ sọ nípa business yín +234 8092906250 on YouTube on Facebook. Then mo ń ṣe àwọn àkójọpọ̀ kan lórí 1 million march Yorùbá Nation. Àwọn bàbá mi àti ìyá mi kọ̀ọ̀kan àjọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ back and forth so mo ń wo àwọn nǹkan kan because mo gbọ́dọ̀ po àwọn nǹkan kan papọ̀. They are organizing something so that we will make us to be aware of what is going on. Wọ́n ti báṣẹ́ débi tó jẹ́ wípé ó lápẹẹrẹ fún àwọn nǹkan tí mo ti rí. Àwọn organizations tó wà in charge wọ́n ti fi òǹtẹ̀ lù. Some of you don't know. And gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́mi náà try láti check back and forth and once I clarify and everything máa gbé jáde so that all of us will be accompanied, will be informed about that movement because gbogbo ilé ìtàn ṣì ń ṣe yìí kò lè work ẹ gbàgbé bó ṣe happen tí Peter Obi bá wà ń bẹ àwọn olórí burúkú tó wà níjọba máa pààyàn káàkiri wọn níjọba Peter Obi wọn wá sọ pé pààyàn di nǹkan fi ń bára wọn jà ẹ mọ̀ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n máa ń tàṣírí ara wọn ní ojíye báyìí ṣe wọn tiẹ̀ wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mọ́ báyìí tó ró lè ní gbogbo wọn látòkè délẹ̀ tí Àtìkù bá débẹ̀ ìran Yorùbá náà tó máa pààyàn pé wọ́n ń pààyàn sátìkù lọ́rùn tí Ṣòwòrẹ́ bá débẹ̀ wọ́n á ní Ṣòwòrẹ́ o ọmọ Yorùbá ni o àwọn kìíní á máa pààyàn lọ́tún wọ́n á máa pààyàn lọ́sì kí ló wá lóde tá à lọ́ ń lọ wa kó ní kálukú túká. That's the reason why I am looking at all the documents that I have, and I will be in support of that 1 million march. Once I put one or two things together, tí mo ti rí wípé mo fẹ́ máa kópa bí mo máa gbé síta so that people will be informed. Ìran mi ò gbúdọ̀ parun, ilé lábọ̀ sí mi oko. Owó Joríọlá Dàpọ̀ Sàọ́mà +234 80 9290 6250. That is the WhatsApp number. Ẹ ṣé. Between 7 and 8 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow, humanity first.
We stand for justice. We stand for justice over religion. We stand for justice.
Instagram family, thank you so much. Yes. Yes.
Time, Lola?
From 7 p.m. Nigerian
7
time.
p.m.
Then.
Nigerian time. Okay.
Then.
Okay.
Yes.
Facebook
family, thank you so much. All right. Ó ti yé mi. All right. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré kó gbálẹ̀ ó fẹ́ lọ gbọ́ gist bá ti gbé dé. Authentic bàbá ó dà pé busy ibi iṣẹ́. Ẹ má ọ̀rẹ́ lè rí wo lórí YouTube. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé tẹ́ miss ibi tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ just about 2.5 hours live video. Ẹ lè wo lórí YouTube Rotimi Daniels FP Equity. Òun náà lẹ máa rí lórí YouTube. Ẹ lọ subscribe síbẹ̀ torí ìjọ́ tí wọ́n bá máa lé wa kúrò lórí TikTok or Facebook. Ẹ ṣé.
We stand for truth and justice.
Facebook, ẹ ṣé, thank you so much.
We are liberated religiously. Tàbá ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ nínú epo ẹ̀pà, ẹni máa yọ ayọ̀, ẹni máa jálè tán. Làákàyè rẹ̀ kò mọ ní dọ̀bà o.
YouTube family, thank you so much. See you guys.